Shop our selection of Can-Am ATVs and side-by-sides. Or rev up for open road adventures with the latest Spyder Roadsters. Stop in now and save up to $3,500 on your ultimate warm weather adventure machines.
Visit Brinson Power Sports in Corsicana and Athens or go online to brinsonpowersports.com.
Offer ends soon. Restrictions may apply. See dealer for details.
660 AM. The Answer. Is anybody out there paying attention to what's going on in this country, in this state, and in this city? We know one man who is. You got questions? He's got answers. This is The Wells Report with John David Wells on 660 AM. The Answer.
You are listening to The Wells Report. My name is John David Wells. Our telephone number is 866-6605-759. 866-6605-759. President Trump was elected to reverse a regulatory power grab that was part and parcel of the Obama administration. These are the words of a man named Phil Kerpen. He's the president of American Commitment. The mission of that organization is to restore and protect the American commitment to free markets, economic growth, constitutionally limited government, property rights, and individual freedom. Before he joined American Commitment, Phil was the principal policy and legislative strategist at Americans for Prosperity over 5 years. He previously worked at the Free Enterprise Fund, the Club for Growth, and the Cato Institute. What he has written had to do with another look at what Donald Trump has done for the first 100 days of his presidency. In the words of Chief Strategist Steve Bannon, what they're trying to get done is deconstructing the administrative state. Those are very good words, by the way. And that is something that we are desperately immersed in. The administrative state develops a power in and of itself for its own interests, and there can be no better example than the Veterans Medical System. The Veterans Administration Medical System is a system that does not take care of veterans. It does not promote good health among veterans. It doesn't even run hospitals and medical services as the number one priority of its organization. The number one priority of the Veterans Administration Medical System is the Veterans Administration Medical System and the bureaucracy that is the living, breathing organism that the entire function depends on. The problem with a government project like that is that the people they're supposed to serve become secondary to the needs of the people who are trying to do the service. And that's all about politics, and that's all about rules, and that's all about rice bowls, and it's all about gigantic messes. You can't stop it. You can only limit it when you have a chance. And that's what Phil Kerpen's all about. Phil, do I have that pretty much correct?
Well, I hope we can stop it. I hope we can roll some of it back. And, we certainly have a president who takes a very different view from what we've typically seen, which is this idea that, that we have changes in party control in the White House, and you kind of get the idea, now I'm going to bend the bureaucracies in the direction of the things I believe in, and we'll get better, smarter bureaucrats and technocrats in charge of everyone's life. And the problem was that the other guys just weren't, good enough and smart enough and doing the right things, and now we'll make it all work. And I think now we have a very different president. I think the guy who came in and said he wants to get rid of 75% of all the federal regulations that are on the books. He's already done his 2-for-1 executive order. Every new regulation that's put in, two has to be removed. Put a zero regulatory budgeting mandate in, which says, any costs imposed on the economy need to be offset dollar for dollar or more so that you have no net increase in regulatory burden. And let's not forget, we've got a guy, Steve Bannon, with an office right next to the Oval Office, who says that the goal of the administration is to deconstruct the administrative state. And so it might end up with more or less business as usual at the end of the 4 years. It's too early to say, but the early indications are at least that this administration plans to not just slow, but actually reverse sort of the tide of the last 100 years where it comes to power shifting into all these bureaucracies. And so I'm cautiously optimistic that we could actually see a permanent change in direction here. And I think we certainly have a president who wants to do that, whether he can accomplish it. And you're right that these bureaucracies tend to become sort of autonomous, representing their own interests, which is often overlooked in the way people analyze these issues. But they're certainly going to make a run at conquering a lot of these entrenched bureaucracies. And, obviously, it's not going to be easy to succeed, and there's going to be a lot aligned against them, including, by the way, a lot of Republicans. But I think they're going to try. And I'm cautiously optimistic that they may change the direction of sort of the accumulation of power in the administrative state. So I think it's too early to say that it's going to, that it can't be stopped. I'm hopeful that this can be an inflection point in history here with the current president and his senior advisor there.
It was some 16 years ago that I put forward the notion that the American government should work to the benefit of Americans. It is something that was certainly submerged as deeply as humanly possible in the last 8 or 9 years. And it is something that I believe, it was one of those bedrock moments, or one of those moments of clarity in the presidential election of 2016, when President Trump said, these people believe that people living here illegally are more important than people who are American citizens who are floating the boat. I thought that was one of those moments where everybody stopped and went, gosh, it does sound stupid when you say it that way.
Yeah, I mean, we've got, one of the reasons that there have been so many attacks on President Trump and then candidate Trump from across the political spectrum, by the way, establishment Republicans as well as Democrats, is that he says the things you're not supposed to say. He just puts things out there plainly, and he just doesn't, I think the judicial appointments are another amazing example of this. I mean, what does every Republican presidential candidate before this one say? Oh, strict constructionist, no litmus test, blah blah blah. But what did Trump say? He said they're going to be pro-life and pro-gun. He doesn't play the game. He just says what he thinks, and people like that. And that's the thing. The media still doesn't get that. The establishment still doesn't get that. They think they're going to, oh, how dare he do this? We're going to attack him. He's beyond the pale. All this kind of thing. But people like that he's outside of the norm. They're sick of the norm.
Phil Kerpen is our guest. He is the president of the American Commitment, or of American Commitment. It is a group that is dedicated to the notion of restoring and protecting the American commitment to free markets, economic growth, constitutionally limited government, property rights, individual freedom. You wrote something a little while ago on the website, which is americancommitment.org, that we noticed that President Trump has signed 13 resolutions pursuant to the Congressional Review Act that overturn specific individual Obama regulations and bar agencies from ever promulgating a substantially similar regulation without express congressional authorization. This whole thing strikes at the cause, and the cause of this is that these executive branch agencies, for whatever reason, have sort of moseyed into the notion that they can write their own law. That is, I think that's one of the tools or one of the factors that led to this government being so far afield of the Constitution. You cannot recognize one from the standpoint of the other.
Yeah, the very first thing our founders put in the Constitution after the very famous preamble, the We the People part, is Article 1, Section 1, that says that all legislative power is vested in a Congress. But what's happened over the years is Congress has discovered that it's very politically convenient to delegate that power away to unelected, unaccountable bureaucrats. And so they write these broad, vague laws and claim credit for all their wonderful good intentions, and then they let all of the actual decision-making power be wielded by bureaucrats and technocrats and so-called experts in all these agencies. And then when all these regulations result in disaster, they can say, oh, well, that's not what we meant when we passed the law. I'm sorry, we can't do anything. These bureaucrats are terrible, and they sort of pretend that they're as upset about it as we are, but then they go do it again. And this all started about 100 years ago with Woodrow Wilson, but we've had a couple of major points of departure, I would say, where things ratcheted up pretty dramatically, in terms of more and more of this legislative power being delegated away from Congress. And I think the first major point of departure was in the 1970s under Nixon, with the creation of the EPA and the Clean Air Act and Clean Water Act, Endangered Species Act, National Environmental Policy Act, which have all become total world unto themselves with environmentalist groups and judges and lawyers and bureaucrats, and really it's not even anyone in charge, because even if the agency wants to do something, sometimes the lawyers and the judges and the environmental groups make them do something else, and so it's become just totally beyond the control of the elected branches of government. And then we had another, I think, major point of departure under Obama, and it happened when the American people elected a Republican House of Representatives in 2010. And the day after that election, he said, we got shellacked, but don't worry, cap and trade was only one way of skinning the cat. I've got other ways to do it. I'm going to use the EPA. And then he went on to say that he was going to use his pen and phone, and he tried to do recess appointments when the Senate wasn't even in recess and all of this kind of thing. But what happened in those first 2 years, I think a lot of people overlook in terms of the abuse of regulatory power, because the two things they actually passed in the 2 years when he had a Democratic Congress were Obamacare and Dodd-Frank. And both of those laws were thousands of pages of delegations of authority, in the case of Obamacare to HHS and IRS, and in the case of Dodd-Frank to the new agency it created, CFPB and SEC and CFTC and so forth. And they didn't actually make any decisions. They left all the decisions up to the bureaucrats. And so we have this vast expansion of delegation of what's really legislative power to all of these agencies, kind of for our entire financial system and for all of healthcare as well. And so I think we've reached a crisis point. I think in a sense Obama did us a favor, because he kind of said, look, we've made Congress completely irrelevant. We've made every significant economic policy decision that affects the country and affects your life as an American subject to the control of bureaucrats, and it never has to go back to Congress ever again. And they thought they were incredibly clever doing this. So this was the final victory for liberals, but they pushed so far, so fast, and so outrageously against the way our constitutional system is supposed to work that it provoked the election of Donald Trump. Somebody who now says he's going to deconstruct the administrative state, get rid of 75% of the regulations on the books, and in his first 100 days, not only permanently reversed 13 specific individual Obama regulations using the Congressional Review Act, but has also started a process of undoing almost every other significant regulation that was outside the window for that. And so I'm hoping, I hate to be too optimistic because it's a good way to get let down in the future, but I'm optimistic that Obama actually provoked a crisis point that's going to let us roll back a lot of this.
I certainly hope so. Phil Kerpen, our guest, president of American Commitment. You list a bunch of these rules that people may not have realized. I happen to live in the mountains of Appalachia. The stream buffer rule of the Office of Surface Mining, they were caught on tape telling contractors that the rule was designed to be, per certain death for coal production in Appalachia. That whole thing was just evil. I mean, that is government oppression.
Yeah, they were basically requiring any open pit mining operation in Appalachia to post a multi-million-dollar bond that would have been impossible to finance, and so it was designed to be a de facto ban on coal mining operations, and they did this very intentionally, very knowingly. They were caught on tape admitting it, and the claimed benefit for shutting down this entire industry and an entire region was that they claimed it would protect 15 miles of stream.
Yeah, 15 miles. And there's so many things that are absolutely critical to the entire planet in those 15 miles. You're listening to the Wells Report. My name is John David Wells. Our guest is Phil Kerpen. He's the president of American Commitment. What we're doing is we're talking a little bit about some of the big ideas that are coming out of the Trump administration when it comes to things like, deconstructing some 75% of what has been referred to as the administrative state. That is something that must happen. It is something that we have got to get done, insofar as we have seen what happens when we don't. The government just runs away with everything. This is the Wells Report.
Hey, it's Mark Davis. It has long been my pleasure to sing the praises of the Good Feet stores, America's #1 arch support experts, helping people walk better, feel better, work better, be happier, because they're out of foot pain. And those locations in Plano, Fort Worth, and Southlake are familiar to you. But open now in Waco, right in front of Cabela's off Loop 340. It's Good Feet's Waco location. So everybody within any kind of distance of a Good Feet location has instant access to people who are going to help your feet feel better, get you out of pain today so you can walk, work, travel, live the way you want, free of foot pain. It can often radiate upwards to leg pain, hip pain, back pain. Learn more at the goodfeetdfw.com website, goodfeetdfw.com, and then get on in there for the inserts that'll help you walk and work and travel and live life happily. Plano, Fort Worth, South Lake, and now in Waco, the Good Feet stores, goodfeetdfw.com, goodfeetdfw.com.
You've been lied to by corrupt Washington politicians and the Wall Street propaganda machine. Hi, I'm Inc. magazine bestselling author Brett Kitchen, and I want to give you a free copy of my brand new book, Wealth Beyond Wall Street, because we all know another market crash could be right around the corner. After losing 35% in my IRA in the crash years ago, I said enough. And since then, I discovered a way to grow money potentially double digits, reduce taxes dramatically, and also have my money protected when the next stock market crash hits. When the next market crash hits, you lose nothing. Call Wealth Beyond Wall Street now to get your free copy and talk with a specialist to discover this little-known strategy to get potential double-digit growth during good years and never lose when the next stock market crash hits, all while building a tax-advantaged retirement. Call 1-800-679-1313 to discover this asset that people like Walt Disney and JCPenney use to grow wealthy. Plus, get one of just 97 free books left. We even cover shipping and handling, no credit card required. Call 800-679-1313, 1-800-679-1313, 1-800-679-1313.
Hi, folks. I'm Frank Manzeri, owner of Statewide Remodeling. I keep talking about high-tech bath remodeling, and the phone keeps ringing with homeowners wanting more information. 90% of all bath remodelers use sand grout. It's sand, cement, and water. We know it's the first thing that fails in the wet area of your bathroom. It cracks with the least bit of movement. It grows mold and mildew. When you try to clean it, you're just wearing it down. Statewide uses a proprietary product that has 4 main ingredients: Microban, which eliminates mold and mildew, latex for flexibility, Kevlar for strength, and a built-in sealant. We guarantee our grout for as long as you own your home. So when you think you're getting a great deal from the 2 guys in the truck you hired to do your remodel, I suggest you start saving up for when you'll have to do it again. Or you can call Statewide Remodeling and get it done right the first time. We offer 100% financing, and if you call for your free design consultation now to celebrate our 23rd year in business, we're giving 23% off the price of the project. The number to call is 888-270-7095. That's 888-270-7095, or anytime online at statewideremodeling.com.
Hi, I'm Jeff Stewart with Reliant Air Conditioning. Now that it's spring, let's talk about the $49 tune-up gimmick. At that price, you're really paying $49 for a high-pressure sales pitch from a salesman on commission disguised as a technician. And you can bet he's either going to rack up a bunch of unnecessary repairs or scare you into buying a new system altogether, because $49 doesn't pay the bills. Reliant Air Conditioning's precision tune-up is $89, and you get exactly what you pay for. Our NATE certified techs are all drug tested, background checked, and they don't work on commission. If you need a new system, ask how you can save over $5,000 by combining utility rebates with Carrier's Cool Cash. So call 2 other companies first and then call Reliant Air Conditioning, and you'll see how we've been gimmick-free since '83. Our number's 877-YOUR-HERO. That's 877-968-7437 or online at ReliantAirConditioning.com.
Reliant Air Conditioning. Call 877-YOUR-HERO.
We finally have the home of our dreams, but it wasn't because we purchased the home of our dreams. It's because we purchased an ordinary home and hired the design experts at Adair's Fine Floors to make it extraordinary. From our complete bath renovation all the way to our sparkling new quartz countertops in our kitchen. Adair's Fine Floors does so much more than just floors. At Adair's, you'll find granite and quartz countertops, sinks, blinds, shutters, rugs, as well as a huge selection of wood, tile, carpet, and vinyl flooring. Adair's and their skilled installers will make sure your project will go as smoothly as possible from start to finish. The hardest decision you'll have to make is choosing from such a wide range of choices.
Stop by their showroom at the corner of Abrams and Royal in Lake Highlands and let them help you take your home from ordinary to extraordinary. Call 214-503-1324. That's 214-503-1324, or visit their website at adairsfloors.com. That's adairsfloors.com.
660 AM The Answer. 660 AMTheAnswer.com. The truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. The Wells Report on 660 AM The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Report. My name is John David Wells. Joining us is Phil Kerpen, the president of American Commitment. If you want to know more about what Phil does, go to AmericanCommitment.org. Common spelling, AmericanCommitment.org. So these overturned regulations that President Trump did to reverse a great deal of the damage that was done by President Obama, all of those were significant. But you write that this law, which had only successfully been used once, and it was passed in 1996, had been used 13 times in 100 days. And what we're talking about is the FCC privacy rule that was designed, in your view, to protect Google and Facebook's domination of online advertising.
Yeah, this one really got, you're going to be shocked to hear this, really got reported wrong by the media.
I know, hard to believe. It's incredible.
They were telling you that that this vote meant that, your personal browsing history would be sold to the highest bidder in an open-air bazaar somewhere. Or I mean, it was just completely insane. First of all, it's still illegal to sell personally identifiable information. That didn't change. Second, the new rule that Obama put in never took effect. This prevented it from taking effect. So literally nothing changed by blocking the rule. But most significantly, the whole reason Republicans opposed this rule is this rule essentially banned the phone and cable companies from running their own advertising networks. And by the way advertising networks work, they don't sell your information. They use your information to target ads to you, which they use to generate revenue, which tends to offset their costs, so they don't need to charge you as much for services, and so forth. And the rule was written at the behest of Google and Facebook, which are the current dominant firms in the online advertising market, to insulate them from competition. It was just a corrupt giveaway to these massive companies, and yet somehow overturning this massive corrupt giveaway was portrayed in the media as some terrible thing that Republicans did. Very bizarre, in my view, the way that whole thing was covered. But that was actually very, very important to undo. A very corrupt deal, in my judgment. People say that your phone and cable company has special insight into you, and so they need to be more heavily regulated. But Google owns YouTube. They own Android. They have tracking cookies on 60% of all websites on the entire internet. So even if you never go to Google itself, they pretty much know everything about you. And they've got, a totally dominant position in online advertising. And I think that, a lot of people would benefit if you didn't need to go to Google or Facebook as an advertiser in order to reach people. So the idea that government would prohibit competition, which is what they tried to do in the Obama administration, because Google helped Obama get elected and reelected, had 250 personnel rotate in and out of the Obama administration. The Republicans should have been explaining what they were doing and bragging about it from the rooftops, instead of in a defensive crouch and being pilloried nonstop by the media. But in my view, that was a good one that they did, even though it was probably a political and PR hit, the way they kind of failed to explain it.
Phil, while we're talking about the FCC and the media and so on and so forth, clearly what we have is a corruption of the United States media. It is not reporting the truth. It is not reporting what is actually there. I know, because this show is a direct inoculation against that. So that being said, in the 30 seconds we have left, can you tell me whether or not that is too big a job to fix? And do you think it'll be something that will be able to get looked at by the Trump administration?
Well, I think the best way to defeat sort of the corruption of the media is to do precisely what Donald Trump did on the campaign trail, which is to just go over their head and speak directly to people. Use Twitter the way he has, use the conservative media and so forth. But I think the media, in order to be influential and to actually be effective in promoting a liberal agenda, the media has to be seen as something other than part of the liberal team and part of the Democratic cause. And I think that they've sort of unmasked themselves in their derangement over President Trump. And I think that's ultimately going to be self-defeating for them. I think that people are going to see what they read in the New York Times and see on NBC TV. They're going to think of that as the Democratic talking points.
Thanks very much. I appreciate it, Phil. You're listening to the Wells Report. If you want to know more about Phil, all you got to do is go to AmericanCommitment.org, AmericanCommitment.org. This is the Wells Report.
Hey, it's Mark Davis. Here comes Mother's Day. Let's show Mom how much we love her with something really special from Sherry's Berries. These folks are helping us out as they do every Mother's Day with the huge freshly dipped strawberries, starting at just $19.99 plus shipping. And right now you can double the berries for just $10 more. Pick your delivery date, and these berries are guaranteed to arrive fresh and delicious, or your money back. They already sent me my test box and they're already gone. That's how good they are. Huge, sweet, juicy, covered in decadent toppings, chocolate chips, chopped nuts, white milk, dark chocolatey goodness, an unexpected gift that will put a smile on mom's face. You got to go to berries.com to get it. Berries, berries.com, and write in Davis when you click on the mic. Davis. Click the mic at Berries, Berries, berries.com. Show mom how much you love her. With berries she will love. Berries.com, Berries, berries.com, and put in the code Davis when you click on the mic. Berries.com.
Need a new CPAP? Then we need you. We're CPAP.com, and we recently overstocked the world's best CPAP machines. Top-of-the-line devices from brands like ResMed and Philips Respironics. Call now and get one of these overstocked CPAPs for a fraction of the price. We'll even give you free next-day air shipping. Call 1-800-900-6135. The best part? No insurance needed. We're giving out these CPAPs at prices so low, they'll cost less than your copay and deductible through insurance. CPAP.com has shipped over 1 million orders and has the world's largest selection of CPAPs and accessories. With no retail overhead or costly middlemen, we're the best way to get comfortable, effective sleep apnea equipment at incredibly low prices. Again, CPAP.com has overstocked premium CPAPs. Call now to get a ResMed or Philips Respironics machine for a fraction of the price with free next-day air shipping. Call 1-800-900-6135. Hurry. When these overstocked CPAPs are gone, they're really gone. That's 1-800-900-6135.
If you've ever felt like you had to choose between getting new blinds or holding on to your life savings, those fears end now, thanks to SelectBlinds.com. Select Blinds won't gouge you like those big, greedy blind corporations. Our loyal customers seem to agree. Just check the over 170,000 five-star reviews on our site. With Select Blinds, do it yourself doesn't have to mean do it alone. In fact, if you can hang a picture, you can hang your own blinds. And for added peace of mind, our specialists will walk you through how to measure, choose, and install your new window coverings. Choose from a vast selection of high-quality custom blinds, shades, and drapes. SelectBlinds.com really is the simple and smart way to get blinds. They've served over 1 million happy customers. Why not be one of them? Shop today at SelectBlinds.com. Mention this show at checkout and get sample swatches of the room-darkening blinds or shades of your choice absolutely free. SelectBlinds.com. SelectBlinds.com.
Acme Home Insurance.
Yes, I'd like to make a claim.
What are you wanting to claim, sir?
My air conditioner broke down.
Sorry, but your home insurance doesn't cover air conditioner breakdowns.
So what do you cover?
Home damage from things like earthquakes, volcanoes, a zombie apocalypse.
A zombie apocalypse? But that'll never happen.
But if it did, you'd be covered, sir.
But not my air conditioner?
I'm afraid not.
But his air conditioner could have been covered with a home warranty from American Home Shield, plus components of 20 other major home systems and appliances, like his electrical system, plumbing, refrigerator, and more. For valuable free information, call 1-800-400-5602. Home insurance can cover what might happen.
Zombies are coming!
But a home warranty helps cover what will happen.
Now the dryer won't work.
Life happens. Have a plan. Get a home warranty from American Home Shield. For valuable free information, call 1-800-400-5602. That's 1-800-400-5602. 1-800-400-5602.
Hey, it's Mark Davis. I love telling you about my friends at Viascan of Las Colinas and the life-saving, valuable information they've given to me. I want you to hear another Viascan success story. Here is Dave.
If my daughter and father-in-law had not talked me in to go to Viascan to begin with, I would have never found out that I had heart problems. I also would have never known that I had kidney cancer. So, yeah, Viascan basically saved my life. My advice today, after all I've gone through, is when you feel something that's not right, get it checked out.
That is so great, and exactly what I hear from so many Viascan clients and patients. They go in, they learn things, they see the kind of shape they're in before they start an exercise program. They learn things that in many cases save their lives. These tests are thousands at local hospitals. I'm going to get you the heart scan and the body scan for $695 at Viascan of Las Colinas. Let's do it today. 972-739-2840. That is 972-739-2840, or just Google Viascan.
660 AM, The Answer. The Wells Report, must-hear radio on 660 AM, The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Report. My name is John David Wells. So a quick look at the first 100 days of the Trump administration without the rather dismally distorted lens of the mainstream media standing in your way. The Department of a couple of things from this article from Phil Kerpen. The Department of Transportation is moving to take back its authority over the corporate average fuel economy program from EPA in California and to dial back impossible requirements imposed by Obama that go far beyond that was actually authorized by statute. The Department of Labor has delayed compliance dates and begun a process that would rescind its so-called fiduciary rule, which imposes over $30 billion in costs and would deny investors their own choice of investment advisors by driving many small independent providers out of business. The FCC, under the Trump-designated chairman Ajit Pai, has already implemented an impressive number of reforms and is beginning the process of reversing one of the tentpoles of President Obama's pen and phone agenda, the disastrous 2015 FCC order reducing broadband internet access from a competitive private market to a heavily regulated private public utility. Just what you need. Just what you need. Yeah, Phil Kerpen and American Commitment, good group. Thought you ought to know a little bit more about them. And what about this? What will the mainstream media never report on? Well, how about the first 100 days of the Democrats' experience with Donald Trump? What do they have to show for their first moments with this president? Trump's defeats have not come at the hands of Democrats. They've been self-inflicted. And when you're starting to talk about what Trump does to defeat himself, over-the-top tweets, hastily written policies that don't work, sub-cabinet nominations, etc., have come from the judiciary, the travel ban, the sanctuary cities order, or from the Republican infighting of health care, deregulation, Keystone Pipeline, immigration enforcement. Democrats have been powerless to stop all of those. Chuck Schumer slow-walked Trump's nomination as best he could. That's those to the courts, to his cabinet. The obstruction was frankly unprecedented. But the cabinet is filling up. The national security teams are in place. On the Supreme Court, Schumer miscalculated royally. He forced an end to the filibuster for judicial appointments and then lost anyway. If another appointment opens this summer and the Republicans hold together, the Democrats will have zero ability to prevent the court from moving to the right, no matter what he says in public. Schumer can't possibly think that's a success. The prevalent anti-Trump sentiment obscures the party's institutional degradation. This was something that I was talking about last hour. Democrat voters despise the president. He enjoys the approval of barely more than 10% of them. Their anger and vitriol manifests itself in the media and culture. Well, actually, so does the vitriol and anger of the media and the culture. The media is just, and Kerpen said it perfectly, they are deranged. It's true. Rachel Maddow, Stephen Colbert enjoy a ratings boom. Women's March attracts a massive crowd. The New York Times sells more subscriptions. Bill Nye leads a rainy day march for science, and he's marching for anything but science. The desire to ostentatiously resist Trump leads to better than expected results for Democrat candidates in congressional special elections. But then the candidates don't win. Democrats feel betrayed, but it's not so much that. In this article from the Free Beacon, it says the Electoral College betrayed them by making Trump president. No, the people did that. Hillary Clinton betrayed them by running an uninspiring campaign. True. James Comey betrayed them by reopening the investigation into Clinton's server 11 days before the election. Facebook betrayed them by circulating fake news. So did the mainstream media, by the way. The sense of resentment isn't so different than the sort Democrats attribute to Trump supporters. Irritation at a loss of status, vexation at changed circumstances, the despondence of a liberal elite alleviated when they look through throngs of protesters, hear Samantha Bee, and scroll through Louise Mensch's texts and tweets. Look, the main problem here is that Democrats have largely not been heard from. I know you're sitting there going, well, what about Black Lives Matter? And what about all these people that are yelling at town halls and so on and so forth? That is a relatively small group of people, especially in the giant scheme of things. What the Democrats are going to learn, they're going to learn it in short order, by the way, is that the same quiet group of people that elected Donald Trump are the people that they need to reach out to instead of calling them racists, xenophobes, Islamophobes, and crazy people. But they can't do it. Democrats are not Democrats. Democrats are leftist progressive elites. And the main reason why we keep hearing all of this garbage is because they cannot believe that they live in a country where we, the people of the United States, could elect somebody like Donald Trump. Very much like the Germans after the Second World War. They were incredulous that they could be beaten by anybody. Make no mistake, it was a good warfighting machine. Certainly was. No doubt about it. But they lost that war when the United States built more ships than they had torpedoes. That was their miscalculation. The Democrats have made the same, well, not the Democrats, the leftist progressive elites have made the same miscalculation. They believe that they are so enlightened, so intelligent, so brilliant that everybody can see it. But what they have done is they've reduced themselves to this group of plaintive, bad-tempered fools who will say with a straight face that we are correct, everyone else is wrong. They've said twice in the last 2 days. Once in court, the Fourth Circuit Court of Appeals, an ACLU attorney said that yes, indeed, if President Clinton, Hillary Clinton, was the president, then what they were so vehemently arguing about as being unconstitutional, they wouldn't be making the argument. Because somehow, with Hillary's touch on it, it would not be unconstitutional. Same thing happened again today. Maxine Waters. Maxine Waters vehemently, very upset with James Comey, et cetera, et cetera. James Comey got fired, and obviously the entire investigation into Russia and Trump and Russia and Russia and Trump and Russia is going to go all by the wayside there. And what they're doing basically is they're setting it up so that when the case collapses, because there is no true evidence of any collusion, because they have said, well, you know, it's the president was able to fire Comey. And so President Trump fires Comey, the entire investigation collapses. And obviously it's because Comey's not there with his sure and steady hands to tell those first-rate special agents of the FBI what to do next. I'm sorry, that's crap. There's no there. There's no case there. What the Democrats have accomplished in the first 100 days is they've turned their party into the party of the shrill, hysterical, deranged nutcases in power. They find themselves in this situation because they are unable to provide policy ideals, policy statements, policies that Americans choose to follow. Because the policies they want Americans to follow are not worth following. They would be disastrous, in fact. This immolation is something that simply has to stop. It will eventually, because one of two things will happen. The Democrat Party will suddenly realize that they are Americans as well as Republicans, and what they're going to have to do is they're going to have to start being Americans again instead of being whatever it is that they're being, which I think are benevolent creatures from another planet with an obviously advanced civilization. That's what they think they are. And if you want to use a space analogy, the rest of us believe they're simply from Uranus. So what we've got to do is this. What we have to do is you and I, have to discover these kinds of articles. Washington Free Beacon. The party is in tatters. We're talking about the Democrat Party. They've got 16 governors, 30 state legislative chambers, an historically low number of state legislative seats. 193 members of the House, 46 senators. The Democrats are leaderless, rudderless, held together only by opposition to Donald Trump. The most popular figure on the left refuses to call himself a Democrat, while sitting alongside a newly elected chairman of the Democrat National Committee. That chairman, the inexplicably profane Tom Perez, represents a professional, technocratic class that supports Wall Street and globalization as long as there's room for multiculturalism and social liberalism. That's a different strategy from both the 50-state approach of Howard Dean, Rahm Emanuel, and yes, Chuck Schumer, that brought Democrats control of Congress in 2006. And the anti-Wall Street, protectionist, single-payer left of Bernie Sanders. Perez fights with Bernie Sanders and Nancy Pelosi over whether there's room for pro-lifers in the party. Perez thinks not. Pelosi enjoys the distinction of being an American political figure less popular than Donald Trump. The default setting on Nancy Pelosi is like many default settings when it comes to liberal progressives. The status quo ante is wrong. The next brilliant nugget that falls out of my mouth is correct. And we have to destroy something that works beautifully in order to do something that satisfies a progressive political agenda, then by golly, let's get with it. Let's replace that true functioning reality with a chaotic mess teetering on the brink of insanity, courtesy of your nearest leftist progressive elitist. So, yeah, you can listen to those people say, well, Donald Trump really didn't get much done in his first 100 days, but he actually did get a lot of things done in his first 100 days. Somebody needs to ask, okay, what did the Democrats do in their first 100 days? But then again, that would require a fair, impartial, and intelligent news media. That is not something we currently possess. And that is an incredible shame. You're listening to the Wells Report. This is 660 AM The Answer. Chicago's having a tough time. So tough, in fact, that they're starting to say things like, this has to stop. I'll tell you what I'm talking about next. This is the Wells Report.
In 1967, Arab forces attempted to wipe Israel off the face of the earth. 6 days later, Israel had triumphed, and Jerusalem stood reunified for the first time in nearly 2,000 years. Honor the 50-year anniversary of this historic triumph by joining Mike Gallagher and Dennis Prager for Stand With Israel, a 9-day odyssey celebrating Israel's past, present, and future. Explore Israel's heritage at Galilee and Jerusalem. Embrace the present Touring modern Tel Aviv, you'll meet with high-ranking Israeli leaders and understand more deeply the complexities and marvels of modern Israel. You'll walk on soil contended for with courage. As a conservative American, you can show your support. Stand with Israel. October 22nd through November 1st includes luxury accommodations, delicious meals, and safe transportation.
Look forward to something special this year. Stand with Israel. For details about this all-inclusive trip happening this fall, visit 660amtheanswer.com.
How would you describe your health care? If you're like most Americans these days, the word affordable isn't top of mind. Well, here's some good news. There's actually a trusted healthcare option that is affordable. It's called Medishare. Unlike insurance, Medishare is Christian healthcare sharing, a community of more than 200,000 believers across America who share each other's medical expenses. It's about half the cost of insurance, and it's fully acceptable under the law. And here's the best part. Because Medishare is based on biblical principles, you never pay for things that go against your beliefs. Medishare is affordable health care for Christians.
Learn how thousands of Christians can help you save on your health care. For your free information guide, call 844-41-BIBLE. Now available in Montana. Medishare, affordable biblical health care. Call 844-41-BIBLE. That's 844-41-BIBLE.
Have you checked your Google search results lately? Search results are usually the first impression that people form of you or your business. So make sure that they create a positive impression with ReputationDefender.com. What the internet says about you can have a big impact on your life and your livelihood, even if it's not true. Fortunately, you can now control how you look online and in online search results with ReputationDefender.com. Call 800-827-5948 now. That's 800-827-5948 for your free reputation analysis. If you have negative material from an ex-employee, upset patient, or former client, newspaper article, legal issue, social media, or other source showing up in your search results, you can combat it with ReputationDefender.com. Our dedicated experts in patented technology can help make your online search results look their best. Call 800-827-5948 to learn more. 800-827-5948. That's 800-827-5948. Or visit ReputationDefender.com.
Hey, it's Mark Davis from Mother's Day Jewelry Shopping Headquarters, Dallas Gold and Silver Exchange. They are in Dallas, of course, at the northeast corner of LBJ and Preston, and they are in Arlington, and they are in Southlake, and they are in Euless. And ordinarily, I'd say go to dgse.com and find the location nearest you. But you know what? I'm going to suggest you might need to go to multiple locations because the selections are so very different. They deal with different dealers. They deal with different people coming in and offering up previously owned stuff. The prices are always great. The selection always vast. The people always incredibly helpful. Whether you're shopping for mom, whether it's anniversary shopping, birthday shopping, or investing in gold and silver. This is my gold and silver investing headquarters. So Dallas Gold and Silver Exchange, check them out, dgse.com, dgse.com in Dallas at the northeast corner of LBJ and Preston. And of course, in Arlington and Euless and Southlake. Get to as many locations as you can for Mother's Day or any day. Dallas Gold and Silver Exchange, dgse.com, dgse.com.
Have you still not refinanced your mortgage? Well, soon you may be kicking yourself in the head. Hi, I'm Wesley Hogan with Westland Financial, and interest rates have gone up recently and will continue to rise, but they're still at historical lows. So don't delay. Let us lower your monthly payment, consolidate a first and second, pay off other debt, or drop you into a 15-year loan with no closing costs. That's right. Nothing's rolled into your loan. We'll pay for your appraisal, title, underwriting, settlement fee, everything. Do not miss out on this historic opportunity. Whether it's a purchase or refinance, you'll pay no closing costs. You won't spend a dime. Think about it. All it takes is a 5-minute phone call to find out how we can save you hundreds or even thousands of dollars a year. And by the way, Westland Financial now is proud to offer reverse mortgages for our clients over 62. So call us at 888-455-3669. The only way you can lose money is not to call Westland Financial. That's 888-455-3669. 888-455-3669.
Westland Financial Corp is located at 200 East Sandpoint Avenue, Suite 800, Santa Ana, California, 92707. Licensed by the Texas Department of Savings and Mortgage Lending as an SML mortgage banker. NMLS number 3304. Not all loans apply. Equal housing lender.
660 AM. The Answer. 660 AM, theanswer.com. If it's important to you, it's on the Wells Report with John David Wells on 660 AM, The Answer.
It was a poignant plea for mercy. A woman pleading with Chicago police. Would you please bring the jacket of a man lying dead on the street so she could see if the man was her brother? A white sheet covered the body along Garfield Boulevard in Washington Park. Chicago police cars blocked whatever view there might have been to give her some clues. Her phone rang. "It's him," she screamed. She sobbed and cried out that her family had been searching for him all day. This expletive must stop. The man, whose name has not yet been released, was Chicago's 200th homicide this year. This is according to data kept by the Tribune. The city reached the grim milestone 4 days later than last year, which was the most violent in decades. The man in his mid-20s was in the 5400 block of South Indiana Avenue around 7:45. When several people approached, shots were fired. He was hit several times and died on the scene. Thank goodness that guns are all but illegal in Chicago. Otherwise, someone could have gotten really badly injured. This is the Wells Report.
I used to love wearing dresses and shorts. Then I started getting spider veins, and even worse, those embarrassing, bulging, varicose veins. For a while, I covered up my legs. But then I discovered Vein Clinics of America.
Vein Clinics of America is the oldest, largest, most experienced vein treatment center in the U.S. And for 35 years, they've been the leading expert in the treatment of vein disease. Using state-of-the-art laser and minimally invasive treatments, they can begin restoring the natural beauty of your legs in as little as an hour with no downtime, and most treatments are covered by your insurance.
My legs look great and feel great. I even love wearing dresses and shorts again.
Make sure your legs look and feel their best for spring. Call now and schedule a free fast-track consultation to find out how you can finally get rid of those embarrassing varicose and spider veins. Space is limited, so call 800-300-3388. That's 800-300-3388. 800-300-3388.
Hi, folks. I'm Frank Manzeri, owner of Statewide Remodeling. If you're considering replacing the windows in your home, you probably know there are a bunch of companies to choose from, and we all got good things to say about ourselves. But you have to read between the lines. Do they have a showroom where you can see full-size displays? Do they manufacture their own windows? Or do they buy them from a manufacturer and you get to pay the additional markup for the middleman? Are their windows designed for Texas climate? Or do they have one-size-fits-all? And lastly, what's their warranty like? They all look good when they're new. I'm happy to tell you that Statewide Remodeling has a showroom. We manufacture our own windows that are designed for Texas climate and have the longest warranty in the industry that includes workmanship for as long as you own your home. It even covers glass breakage and screen damage, and our prices won't break the bank. We offer 100% financing and discounts for cash on completion. So if you're ready to get new windows from a company who's been in business for 23 years, call us now in celebration of our 23rd anniversary. We're offering 23% off the price of the whole project. The number to call is 888-270-7095. That's 888-270-7095.
If you're retired or retiring soon and wonder if you have enough money to retire on, how you will make your money last, when you should take Social Security, if you have the best retirement plan for your needs, don't miss this free Money Matters Retirement Seminar. Choose 7 p.m. Thursday, May 18th, Holiday Inn Express Alliance area, or 1 p.m. Saturday, May 20th in the Money Matters building in Plano. Get answers to your questions and much more. Seating is limited. Reserve at moneymatters.net. That's moneymatters.net. Or call 800-994-0302.
This is 660 AM, The Answer. A service of Salem Media Group on the NASDAQ as SALM. KSKY, Balch Springs, Dallas, Fort Worth. 660 AM, The Answer.
Fox News Radio, I'm Jane Metzler. The administration insisting the FBI's probe into alleged links between the Trump campaign and Russia, not why Director James Comey was fired, although the Trump White House is tweaking its story.
Initially, officials insisted the Deputy Attorney General made the recommendation in recent days. Today, the Deputy Press Secretary, Sarah Huckabee Sanders, said the president has been thinking about it for months.
Fox's John Roberts subpoenas from the Senate Intelligence Committee for former National Security Advisor Mike Flynn.
The Senate Intelligence Committee asked Flynn in late April to cooperate and to provide records that were relevant to their investigation, but he declined on the advice of counsel. So this issuing of subpoenas represents a major escalation in the case.
Fox's Catherine Herridge, Jesus Christ Superstar, the next TV musical, airing next Easter Sunday. Fox News, we report, you decide.
This is 660 AM, The Answer.
Hey, it's Mark Davis. Think about that cell phone you have with you right now. Is it likely supporting the liberal agenda of Nancy Pelosi and Bernie Sanders? Hey, Mark Davis from my friends at Patriot Mobile. It's true. Most cell phone companies that we all know contribute to pro-abortion, gun control, open borders causes. You can stop that by switching on over to Patriot Mobile, the nation's only conservative cell phone company. How? At patriotmobile.com/Mark. Special offers just for you. Or 1-800-A-PATRIOT. We're going to buy you out of your current contract. When they do their donations, it's to conservative causes and candidates that you get to pick. So bring your number, bring your phone, get new ones, whatever you want. We're going to buy you out of your current contract, give you better rates, same phone selection, same service. Let's go. Support conservative causes with patriotmobile.com. patriotmobile.com, 1-800-A-PATRIOT. Switch now, get a free iPhone 5S or Galaxy S5, unlimited talk, text, and data for $45 a month. patriotmobile.com/Mark, 1-800-A-PATRIOT, patriotmobile.com/Mark.
Warning, if you've recently declared bankruptcy, you're going to want to cover your ears because there's an alternative to bankruptcy and it could be better than you'd ever think possible. But if you've already declared bankruptcy and have missed this opportunity, you'll want to cover your ears now. Here it is. Right now, the company that has resolved more credit card debt than anyone in the U.S. may be able to settle your debt too. You could resolve your debt with one low monthly program payment. If you call right now and qualify, Freedom Debt Relief will show you how low your monthly program payment could be for free. Call now. 1-800-600-2147. That's 1-800-600-2147. If you're struggling with debt, this could be your answer. And the bigger your debt, the more money you could save. To find out for free how much of your hard-earned money Freedom Debt Relief could help you save, call now. 1-800-600-2147. 1-800-600-2147. 1-800-600-2147.
Just look at them, having a great time. To think 6 weeks ago, I was just installed. All it took was one last spilled drink on their old dingy carpet, and they had enough of him. Thank goodness. They got the professionals at Adair's Fine Floors in here, and just look at me. I'm gorgeous. I'm not just your average wood floor. I take crazy traffic like a pro, and it's all because my homeowners called Adair's Fine Floors. Susan and Richard Adair came in, talked to the family, figured out what their needs were, and helped them find the perfect floor to fit their lifestyle. Adair's Fine Floors has a large selection with free sample checkouts, and they chose me. That's not all. Just look around. The coordinating accessories suggested by Adair's Floors. That rug over there? Yep, Adair's Floors. They offer free design and decorating assistance too, giving the home just the right look. Visit adairsfloors.com to get your home started on the right look for you. That's adairsfloors.com.
Do you know what a RIA is? It's a Real Estate Investor Association, and it's where smart people go to obtain wholesale houses, obtain no money, no credit financing, meet local buyers, sellers, and investing partners, and receive local market intelligence and training. Don't buy houses retail. That's ridiculous. And please don't waste your time and money going to a get-rich-quick seminar from a traveling pitchman. Come network with local Dallas area real estate investors that are just getting started or taking it to the next level. Come join the largest real estate investor network in Texas. We meet on Thursday, May 11th at 6 p.m. at the Dallas Addison Marriott Quorum by the Galleria. And you can register to attend for free by calling 800-717-3320. This month's topic is how to get all the money you need for your real estate deals. Call 800-717-3320. Write it down. That's 800-717-3320 to attend any of our upcoming meetings and receive a valuable Texas real estate training program for free. Brought to you by the Dallas Real Estate Investment Association.
I'm James Furr. I'm a 70-year-old Vietnam veteran, and I have hepatitis C. My main focus was to take care of hepatitis C. Taking Balance of Nature did other things for me. I was feeling more energetic. My mental acuity had increased. When I play golf, I would notice that bending over to line up a putt, I would have a bit of a struggle to stand back up. But even now, 10 years later, I stand up better than I did then. I will live happily with hepatitis C instead of feeling like I want to die because someone's trying to cure me of it. Thanks to Balance of Nature, I live a normal, happy, healthy, pain-free life.
Take Dr. Howard's Health Challenge and find out how to get 2 free sets of fruits and veggies. We'll even ship them to you free. Call now for details. Call 1-800-2468-751. That's 1-800-2468-751. Or go online to balanceofnature.com. Use promo code 660AM.
Hi, it's Mike Gallagher. I've been telling you about Relief Factor for about 6 months now. I've been using Relief Factor for a lot longer than that. If you're struggling with ongoing back or neck pain, shoulder, hip, knee pain, general muscle aches and pain, do what I did. Go to relieffactor.com, order their 3-week quick start for just $19.95. Try it for 3 weeks, $19.95. Relieffactor.com. That's relieffactor.com, or call toll free 800-500-8384, 800-500-8384.
Learn a little something at the start of your day. The Mark Davis Show.
Mornings 7 to 10.
On 660 AM, The Answer. Is anybody out there paying attention to what's going on in this country, in this state, and in this city? We know one man who is. You got questions? He's got answers. This is The Wells Report with John David Wells on 660 AM, The Answer.
You are listening to The Wells Report. My name is John David Wells. This is now crossing the wires. Amy Goldstein writes about it in the Washington Post. The insurance company Aetna will complete its withdrawal from the Affordable Care Act insurance exchanges for 2018. This was announced tonight, just moments ago, in fact. Lingering financial losses and uncertainty about the marketplace's future was prompting the company to exit the 2 states that are left. According to an Aetna spokesperson, the insurer will not sell individual health plans next year in Delaware or Nebraska. The announcement came a week after the company said it would stop offering ACA health plans in Virginia in 2018, and a month after it said it would leave Iowa. The cascade of state-by-state decisions represents a stark turnabout for the nation's 3rd largest insurer, which initially entered 15 states' marketplaces, but last summer decided to slash its 2017 participation to just 4. That retreat was the largest by any health insurer from the health care law's marketplaces, which started in 2014 to provide coverage for people who cannot get affordable health benefits through their employers. Insurers have discovered that ACA health plans tend to attract too few of the young and healthy customers needed to offset the expense of covering older people with medical problems. Aetna and other insurers have repeatedly reported that financial losses on that part of their business. Many insurers, members of the Obama administration, and the ACA supporters portrayed jumps in premiums as one-time course corrections and predicted that both premiums and insurers' participation would level off. 3 months ago, Aetna Chief Executive Mark Bertolini said that marketplaces were in a death spiral. That's an assertion at odds with recent analyses by the Congressional Budget Office, which, by the way, got it wrong again. Listen to this. Aetna lost $450 million last year on 1 million customers with individual health policies on and off the insurance exchanges. In disclosing the final departures today, spokesman TJ Crawford says the company expects to lose an additional $200 million for 2017 on its remaining 255,000 ACA customers. Crawford said that along with structural issues, uncertainty that has surrounded the future of the exchanges for some time now plays a significant role as well. Aetna's announcement quickly set off political reverberations as the charged partisan climate over whether the sprawling 2010 law should be preserved or discarded. Health and Human Services Secretary Tom Price seized on the insurer's decision today as the latest ammunition to bash Obamacare. The Trump administration and Republicans in Congress are eager to dismantle the law and supplant it with conservative health care policies. Aetna's decision adds to the mountains of evidence that Obamacare has failed the American people. Repealing and replacing it with patient-centered solutions that stabilize the marketplace to bring down costs and increase choices is the only solution. So now, spend a little bit of time discussing this. What was the last thing a politician got right? Eight 660 It's actually an easier question than you might think. Although there's something that could be said that arguably Donald Trump is not a politician. But the last thing a politician got right was the disassembly of something that another politician got wrong. So President Trump excluded from the conversation. What was the last thing that a politician got right from a policy standpoint? Excluding anything that happened before January 20th of 2017. Name the last time a politician got something right. There are precious few, if any, items that any politician got right at all. So why is it that we would trust these people with 1/6 of our economy? Why is it that we have Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, which is some sort of political construct to compete with the mortgage loan business in the United States? Why would we do anything that requires politicians to come up with solutions for anything? Clearly, politicians do not get it correct. And when I'm talking about getting it correct or do not get it correct, you can simplify that even further. Politicians do not get it. This is what needs to drive the decision-making of American voters moving forward. There are only two ways to do this. Elect better people. Let's try to figure out which ones they are. Let's try to elect better people. Or let's make the government less relevant to the success of our nation. Those are the only two solutions. Do you know someone who's brilliant? Do you know someone who could take one of these jobs currently held by a, quote, politician, unquote? Do you know somebody who is brilliant who could take one of these jobs and actually do something correct with it? I do. Actually, I know 3 of them. You've heard me talk about Kevin Kent. True patriot. Incredible human being. He's someone that I believe should be in elective politics. Another one is a guy named Tim Aronke. Tim is on the leading edge of the millennials. Young guy. He is as brilliant a human being as you have probably ever known. And he has a skill set that is perfect for the future. Those are two people that I think should be doing what they're doing. The other one is, believe it or not, a politician already. And that's Beth Van Dyne. Now, don't get me wrong. There are a lot of people that could do that, to do a better job of this. There's Tim O'Hare. There are other people. But I'm talking about people who are not necessarily a part of the political process now. Beth Van Dyne is just simply one of the most intelligent people I know. Not just intelligent, but best educated. She went to Cornell. She graduated magna cum laude. She was number 1 in her class. Number 1. She's now a HUD administrator for Fort Worth. Do I hope that there's further work for her in elective politics? I certainly do. I don't want her to be captured by the bureaucrat system in the American government. But here's what we need. We need to start electing people that are true Americans. Donald Trump is one of these people. But look at what he is undergoing. Look at the struggle that he is having to deal with, not because he's a controversial figure that people love to hate, but because he represents something that is an existential threat to the system of American politics. That's all that Donald Trump has done that is led to this unbelievable backlash. And these politicians don't have anybody they don't have anybody else to blame. We've told them for 20 years they need to do something about the border, and they don't do it. And so we put somebody in place that will do something about the border. Took us a long time. The American people have made it very clear that we want a government that works to the benefit of the American people, as opposed to illegal immigrants or despotic theocracies bent on nuclear weapons in an effort to eradicate our perhaps greatest stalwart ally. I go through all this every single day. And I watch these people do what they do. While we are well served by many of our politicians in Texas. People like Chuck Schumer, Nancy Pelosi, people like Mitch McConnell, Paul Ryan. These are people that are caught up in the system. These are people that look as they do at the American experience and see an opportunity, a tool, a lever, something to push forward an advantage for themselves. Make no mistake, that's politics. I get it. But when politics becomes more important than the reality of life in the country that politics is being practiced, the entire country fails because of politics. And we're there. This is the Wells Report.
Hi, this is Andy Tuttle, host of Tuttle Talk every Sunday afternoon at 4 p.m. right here on 660 AM The Answer. We're in a real estate market where there's a lot of difficulty, but in difficulty, there's a lot of opportunity as well. Buying, selling, avoiding foreclosure, modifying your credit, all these things are so important to your livelihood. This show is dedicated to cutting through some of the big headlines that you see out there and teaching you how to win in any marketplace. Thank you for tuning in to Tuttle Talk every Sunday, 4 p.m. on 660 AM The Answer. I look forward to speaking with you.
Guys, are you tired of being tired? Frustrated because it seems impossible to lose belly fat? If you're looking for a solution, then listen to Mark.
I had fantastic results with the Andro 400 Max. Probably lost 35 pounds, and more impressive than that was the inches I lost off of my belly and my waist. And the increased energy is fantastic. I'll be totally honest. I tried a different product, and I wasn't happy with the different product. You guys are considerably cheaper than the other brand, and I can really feel the difference.
Andro 400 Max, the extra strength, all natural testosterone booster. The safe, easy, and affordable way to gain energy and lose stubborn belly fat. Satisfaction guaranteed or your money back. Feel and look like a new man. Go to andro400.com or call 888-400-0435. 888-400-0435.
Oh, thank goodness. Honey, it's Terminix. The ants are everywhere. I don't know where they're coming from.
It's a good thing you called when you did. A single colony can have tens of thousands of ants. You could have one colony or several. There's only one way to find out.
If pests like cockroaches, spiders, centipedes, scorpions, mice, rats, or ants have invaded your home.
HQ, I've got a confirmed ant colony in the upstairs bathroom.
Terminix will scour every hiding place and stop them in their tracks with a 100% satisfaction guarantee. For a free pest estimate, call 1-800-300-2501.
There's a second colony in a downstairs crawl space. Repeat, 2 ant colonies.
Terminix is America's leading termite and pest control provider with 90 years experience and expertise.
I knew it. Found an ant nest 100 feet out in the backyard. We got him.
For your free pest estimate, call Terminix, Defenders of Home, 1-800-300-2501. That's 1-800-300-2501.
30-day money-back guarantee at participating locations. Limitations apply. See plan for details.
Policies issued by American General Life Insurance Company, Houston, Texas. Not available in all states. For details, visit AIGdirect.com.
Do you have a family? Would you like to help make sure they'll be taken care of if anything were to happen to you? If you answered yes, you probably need life insurance. Now, do you think life insurance is expensive? If you answered yes to that too, you definitely need to give AIG Direct a call. We could find you a $250,000 policy for just $14 a month, which means you could save hundreds of dollars a year. Call us now for a free, no-obligation quote. 1-800-400-6213. Since 1995, we've helped millions of people find out if they could save up to 70% on their term life insurance. See how affordably we can help you protect your family. Call AIG Direct now for your free quote. 1-800-400-6213. You could save up to 70%. That's 1-800-400-6213. 1-800-400-6213.
Warning. If you're drowning in debt you can't afford, do not let the credit card companies trick you into thinking that you have to pay it all back, because you don't. What the credit card companies don't want you to know is that there's actually a way to get debt-free without paying off your entire debt or going bankrupt. If you have $5,000 or more in credit card debt, you now have the right to let us settle that debt for a fraction of what you owe. For free information, call Credit Associates now. 1-800-600-8199. We'll even show you how much money you could save. If you can't afford to pay off all your debt, do not let the credit card companies trick you into thinking that you have to. Call Credit Associates now for free information on how to get debt-free faster than you ever thought possible without debt consolidation or bankruptcy. We depend on your success and offer a guarantee, so there's no risk. For free information, call now. 1-800-600-8199. That's 1-800-600-8199. 1-800-600-8199.
Sean Hannity here for my friends at Generator Supercenter, the great American story. Now, this started in 2005 with two brothers selling and repairing generators out of their garage in Texas. Today, they are the #1 Generac dealer in the nation. #1 means more savings for you. When the power goes down, keep your home or business up and running with a Generac standby power system from the Generator Supercenter. Financing available, payments as low as $100 a month. GeneratorSupercenter.com. That's GeneratorSupercenter.com.
Saying I don't know is no longer acceptable. This is 660 AM, The Answer. Only for Texas. This is the Wells Report on 660 AM, The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Report. My name is John David Wells. Our telephone number is 866-660-5759. It was 2010. Beginning in 2008, a group of politicians decided that the government of the United States needed to have responsibility, or more likely, the power to dictate terms of our health care to us. That's what the entire premise of Obamacare was all about. They couched it in cynical terms to try to keep us from realizing that this was perhaps the greatest power grab in the history of the American government, certainly the most malevolent. What ended up happening next is that the entire thing was rushed through. There were so many deals, the New York cut out, the Nebraska cut out, the this, the that cut out. You know, people that realized that this was going to be a loser from the get-go. It was like a Bolshevik revolution in slow motion. The first thing that happened is that the Obama administration tried to nationalize all the health insurance companies. A politician dictating to people who had forgotten more about insurance than he would ever know. Politicians dictating to professionals what they would do under what circumstances, and then they are shocked, absolutely shocked, when the entire premise goes south and implodes. One of the single most harsh things I've ever seen. Is someone victimized by a great government idea that eventually gets thrown away after the money's lost, or maybe the ambulatory capability is lost, or a life is lost. And yet we can't shake it. Aetna pulls out of the last two states it was doing business with the Affordable Care Act. The death spiral made complete. The government of the United States has no business dictating terms to us regarding our health. They simply don't have the intelligence to be able to do it. Individual politicians, that might be a different story. But put them together in a room. Tell them to come up with a suitable policy and a law that accompanies it. And the next thing you'll hear is the sickening thud of political failure. You're listening to the Wells Report. This is 660 AM The Answer.
What if you could have an experience of a lifetime this year, something that goes beyond the mundane and gives you a unique perspective, not a vacation, an opportunity to change your life? Hi, Mike Gallagher here. A timely and important expedition to the Holy Land of Israel awaits you. Make plans now for the Stand With Israel tour happening this fall. Join me on a 9-day trip to Israel that will offer you firsthand insight into Israel's fascinating past and promising future. We'll introduce you to the geopolitical, economic, and security dynamics of a truly remarkable place. Get a behind-the-scenes view into many of the places you've read and heard about all your life, all during Jerusalem's 50th anniversary. The Western Wall, Jerusalem, the Dead Sea, and so much more, with expert guides, important lectures at key sites, all in the comfort and safety of first-class accommodations. Look forward to something special this year. Stand with Israel for the details about this all-inclusive trip happening October 22nd through November the 1st.
Look forward to something special this year. Stand with Israel. For details about this all-inclusive trip happening this fall, visit 660amtheanswer.com.
Hey, if you need to sell your home without all the headaches most people experience, hey, Sean Hannity here to tell you that after years of buying, selling, investing millions of dollars in real estate, that all real estate agents do not operate the same way. Now, what makes the difference between a home selling fast and for top dollar and one that sits on the market for months and doesn't even sell at all? Well, you have a great American right in your backyard that I trust if I needed to sell my home. I'm talking about Josh DeShong of Josh DeShong Real Estate at Keller Williams. Now, he services the entire Dallas area, attracts hundreds of buyers every week. He sells a home on average every 20 hours. Now, Josh spends thousands of dollars every month and creates demand for your home, which makes it sell faster and for more money. Now, you risk nothing, since at any point, if you're not happy, well, you can get out of the contract free and clear and pay nothing. But trust me, that's not going to happen. Don't play games with your home. Call Josh now at 972-325-6644. That's 972-325-6644, or online, getsold.net. That's getsold.net. And you can start packing.
Have you been holding out for a good deal to replace that old AC system? Well, now there's a new program you just can't pass up. I'm Jeff Stewart with Reliant Air Conditioning. You may have already heard that you can save over $3,500 on a new Infinity system with Carrier's Cool Cash, but did you know that for a limited time, you can also get an additional $1,500 off from your utility provider? That's right. And when you combine these two programs, we're talking saving over $5,000 on a brand new AC system that can cut your electric bill in half. But the utility funds are limited, and the program will end when the money runs out. Right now, we're scheduling free estimates on a first-come, first-served basis. So call now. Better yet, call two other companies first and then call Reliant Air Conditioning, and you'll see how we've been gimmick-free since '83. Call 877-YOUR-HERO. That's 877-968-7437, or visit us online at ReliantAirConditioning.com.
Reliant Air Conditioning. Call 877-YOUR-HERO.
Acme Home Insurance.
Yes, I'd like to make a claim.
What are you wanting to claim, sir?
My air conditioner broke down.
Sorry, but your home insurance doesn't cover air conditioner breakdowns.
So what do you cover?
Home damage from things like earthquakes, volcanoes, a zombie apocalypse.
A zombie apocalypse? But that'll never happen.
But if it did, you'd be covered, sir.
But not my air conditioner?
I'm afraid not.
But his air conditioner could have been covered with a home warranty from American Home Shield, plus components of 20 other major home systems and appliances, like his electrical system, plumbing, refrigerator, and more. For valuable free information, call 1-800-400-5602. Home insurance can cover what might happen.
Zombies are coming!
But a home warranty helps cover what will happen.
Now the dryer won't work.
Life happens. Have a plan. Get a home warranty from American Home Shield. For valuable free information, call 1-800-400-5602. That's 1-800-400-5602. 1-800-400-5602.
The key to success? Keep it simple, especially when it comes to hiring. And nobody makes it easier than Indeed.com. Post a job in minutes. Set up screener questions. Manage your candidates from one dashboard. According to an independent study, 5 times more hires are made through Indeed than any other job site. New users claim your $50 credit to post a sponsored job at Indeed.com/credit. Indeed, the world's #1 job site. Terms, conditions, and quality standards apply.
There are 2 things every parent wants when their child goes to college: for their child to do well and a way to afford it. Now, with Discover Student Loans, parents can have the best of both worlds. Not only do our loans cover up to 100% of school-certified costs with 0 fees, but we'll give them a cash reward for each new student loan if they earn at least a 3.0 GPA or equivalent. That means every A in history or B in math could help them earn a cash reward for good grades. Just one of the many ways we treat you like you'd treat you. Apply now in 15 minutes or less at discoverstudentloans.com. Limitations apply.
660 AM. 660 AM. The Answer. 660 AM. TheAnswer.com. Now, more of the Wells Report with John David Wells on 660 AM. The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Report. A little bit of military news. The Army has announced 1,500 men and women from a key brigade of the vaunted 82nd Airborne Division. The Devils in baggy pants. I'm not asking. I'm just going to move forward. They are going to go to Afghanistan this summer, and it may be part of a bigger escalation. They are well trained. They are well equipped. They are ready to assist our Afghan partners as part of the Resolute Support Mission, said Colonel Tony Magzig. He's the commander of the division's 1st Brigade Combat Team. Since spearheading Allied assaults in Sicily and Anzio in 1943, the Devil's Brigade has accomplished its missions through disciplined initiative. The Trump administration is currently reviewing a proposal which calls for thousands more U.S. troops to counter a gathering Taliban threat. U.S. troop levels in Afghanistan peaked in 2011 at 100,000 and have decreased every year since, now down to 8,400 American men and women in 2017. Donald Trump has not signed off on the new treaty or the new strategy, but if more aggressive measures are taken in Afghanistan, the 82nd Airborne could play a key part in achieving that success. Yeah. This is not a change to the mission there. This is not an increase in forces, said Lieutenant Colonel Joe Buccino, saying the brigade was there on an advise and assist mission in support of Afghan forces. This deployment represents the normal flow of forces into Afghanistan. The mission of the 82nd Airborne Division is to, within 18 hours of notification, strategically deploy, conduct forcible entry parachute assault, and secure key objectives for follow-on military operations in support of United States national interests. And they're good at it. In the meantime, Holly McKay asks this question: are more troops from the United States what Afghans want? Weaving through the clogged streets of Kabul, only half of the streets are paved. The rest are tracks in hardened dirt. Unfinished buildings tower over the endless raw meat stands. Barefoot men huddle in the gutter sharing tea while poor women beg from behind their burqas. And children swarm windows of cars pleading for spare change. There's no safe place anymore. When a person comes out of their house, you cannot assume that he or she will come back. So says Mohammed Saeed Rahimi, founder of a private security firm called Kabul Baik Safety and Security. The situation is now as fearful as it was under the Taliban rule of the 90s. The Special Inspector General for Afghan Reconstruction reported last week that armed clashes and security incidents nationwide have reached new heights and caused an uptick in civilian deaths. The security incidents throughout last year and the first quarter of this year are also at their highest level since the United Nations documentation began in 2007. President Trump is considering a proposal from the Pentagon that, if implemented, is likely to entail the development or the deployment of at least 3,000 more American military personnel. In other words, another 1,500 to augment the Devil's Brigade. Eight 6605759 866-660-5759. Kurt in Bedford, thanks for joining us. Welcome to the Wells Report.
Hi, JD. I'm not an expert on the 82nd, but I know their history from World War II and on, and I know a little bit about them. I'm a layman in that knowledge. But why would the generals in the Pentagon and Trump tell the jihadis and the Taliban that the 82nd is coming when I know from unclassified intelligence reports that they are the most despised unit because they're effective and they're good and they know how to get the job done. They fear them. They hate them. They go out of their way to kill 82nd Airborne. There have been cyber attacks on 82nd Airborne personnel, by getting the addresses and the names of those members thereof and their families. This goes on and on and on. They're feared and hated, and they're going to be after them. Why would you announce, "Here we come"?
The reason is, Kurt, is because you want to see how many people in Afghanistan you can get to wet their pants at the same time. Everything you said is completely true. Where the Devil's Brigade goes, people die. That's their job. That's why they're called the Devil's Brigade. They show up and they obliterate all that's in their way. This will accomplish two things. In an insurgent warfare situation, what will end up happening is that the current acute insurgent warfare, the odd roving gang of Taliban idiots walking around with their telephones and their revolvers, shooting women that don't comport to their particular rule of modesty or morality at the given moment that they happen to find them. Those guys will stop doing that for a while. They'll sort of back off. Because at some point they'll be going into one of their hysterically stupid, ridiculous lectures of anybody who happened to be walking by that stop and listen because they're afraid to continue walking by. And they'll start to shoot somebody and the sniper will blow his head off. Which is exactly what needs to happen in that city for the next, 5, 10, 20 years. Every time. Do I believe in telling people that the 82nd is coming? No, I don't. I think it's a mistake. And so does Donald Trump. Something tells me that they probably hit the country, I don't know, maybe a month and a half ago, 2 months ago. It would make more sense that they were announced as leaving after they'd already arrived. And that's probably what happened. And there's no real reason to delve into it any further. But I think what really has to be brought up here is this plaintive stupidity from the American media that asks, are more U.S. troops what Afghans want? I don't give a damn what Afghans want. And the reason I don't care what Afghans want is because 3,000 people are dead because of planning and because of shelter that was provided by people of Afghanistan against people who attacked my country. Same thing with Iraq. If there are insurgents, if there are terrorists, if there is Al-Qaeda, if there is ISIS, if these people exist in any way, shape, or form, the American military should be wherever they are, obliterating them at every turn. Every single turn. Until somebody realizes that, you know what, being murdering savages is bad for business. It's true, the U.S. needs a clear long-term strategy toward Afghanistan. This is according to General Jawed Kolistani, a former official at the Afghan National Directorate of Security. What we keep doing is we keep showing up, destroying the authorities there because they just happen to willy-nilly kill people for no apparent reason. Then we leave. And these people come back, and we come back, and we kill them all over again. And then we leave. After 9/11, we realized that we were going to have to spend some time in Afghanistan, and we stopped. And we stopped because we're willing to keep stacking up impressive military victories there. We've been there in the Second World War, and we've been there several times since 1990. Which is when the American military changed to the military we see now. That was the watershed moment. Brilliant war fighting. That's when it took over what had been done in the past. That's why we fought in Vietnam for some 10 years, lost 58,000 soldiers. And yet in two far-flung countries out in the middle of the Middle East, with very serious war, we've been fighting for 15 years and lost somewhat over 6,000 troops, or about 10% of what we lost in Vietnam. That one statistic is not discussed anywhere close to often enough. That tells you just exactly what kind of success the American military has. We know people are dying. We know people are dying in military conflict in both Iraq and Afghanistan, but they're not Americans. And frankly, that's the way we want it. But we are going to have to stop showing up and leaving and showing up and leaving and showing up and leaving. We didn't do it in Germany. We didn't do it in Japan. We have done in no place that we were serious about correcting the anti-American problem. We should have made Iraq an American territory. Yes, I'm serious. We should have simply made it an American territory. Because if there is a place in the entire world, if there is a place that cries out for American presence, it's Iraq. It's the Middle East. We should be there in force. We should have troops there. We should have tanks there. We should have armies there. We should have the Air Force there. They should be flying regular missions out there. Believe me, if we were to make that kind of commitment to the state of Iraq, and oh, by the way, the entire Middle East would be in range, all of this gobbledygooky and crap would come to an end in a big hurry. To not do so is costing lives. Maybe not our combat lives. Costing the lives of the people who live there. Think of how many people have died in those two countries alone. It is my hope that what we can do is we can stop this unbelievable need for the American government to spend most of what America produces from a standpoint of GDP. It is my hope to change things in the United States. I believe that what we should do is limit our government spending to a fixed percentage of our gross domestic product. And we need to start that forthwith so we do have money enough to be able to stop These amazing wars that have no end. Not for the sake of these people that live in these countries, but for the sake of them being used as bases to launch attacks against the United States. This is the Wells Report.
Have you checked your Google search results lately? Search results are usually the first impression that people form of you or your business, so make sure that they create a positive impression with ReputationDefender.com. What the internet says about you can have a big impact on your life and your livelihood, even if it's not true. Fortunately, you can now control how you look online and in online search results with ReputationDefender.com. Call 800-827-5948 now. That's 800-827-5948 for your free reputation analysis. If you have negative material from an ex-employee, upset patient, or former client, newspaper article, legal issue, social media, or other source showing up in your search results, you can combat it with ReputationDefender.com. Our dedicated experts in patented technology can help make your online search results look their best. Call 800-827-5948 to learn more. 800-827-5948. That's 800-827-5948. Or visit ReputationDefender.com.
Pete Talbot here, and for 18 years as producer and host of Leading Edge Medicine, I have never agreed to endorse a pain reliever. Never. Not until now. Not until Relief Factor. And here's why. 38 years ago, my wife got rear-ended. And for about 2 or 3 years, she saw a doctor or a chiropractor maybe 200 times because of the pain. Seriously, but with no relief. So she finally just gave up trying. Well, about 3 years ago, she heard about Relief Factor, and in less than 2 weeks of taking Relief Factor, her pain was gone, and it's still gone today. If you struggle with neck pain, back or shoulder pain, hip and knee pain, or even general muscle aches and pain, I'm telling you, Relief Factor is for real, and it's 100% natural. Go to ReliefFactor.com and check out the science and the testimonials and order the 3-week quick start for only $19.95. Go to ReliefFactor.com. ReliefFactor.com.
You've been lied to. Lied to by corrupt Washington politicians and the Wall Street propaganda machine. Hi, I'm Inc. magazine best-selling author Brett Kitchen, and I want to give you a free copy of my brand new book, Wealth Beyond Wall Street, because we all know another market crash could be right around the corner. After losing 35% in my IRA in the crash years ago, I said enough. And since then, I discovered a way to grow money potentially double digits, reduce taxes dramatically, and also have my money protected when the next stock market crash hits. When the next market crash hits, you lose nothing. Call Wealth Beyond Wall Street now to get your free copy and talk with a specialist to discover this little-known strategy to get potential double-digit growth during good years and never lose when the next stock market crash hits, all while building a tax-advantaged retirement. Call 1-800-679-1313 to discover this asset that people like Walt Disney and JCPenney use to grow wealthy. Plus, get one of just 97 free books left. We even cover shipping and handling, no credit card required. Call 800-679-1313, 1-800-679-1313, 1-800-679-1313.
We finally have the home of our dreams, but it wasn't because we purchased the home of our dreams. It's because we purchased an ordinary home and hired the design experts at Adair's Fine Floors to make it extraordinary. From our complete bath renovation all the way to our sparkling new quartz countertops in our kitchen. Adair's Fine Floors does so much more than just floors. At Adair's, you'll find granite and quartz countertops, sinks, blinds, shutters, rugs, as well as a huge selection of wood, tile, carpet, and vinyl flooring. Adair's and their skilled installers will make sure your project will go as smoothly as possible from start to finish. The hardest decision you'll have to make is choosing from such a wide range of choices.
Stop by their showroom at the corner of Abrams and Royal in Lake Highlands and let them help you take your home from ordinary to extraordinary. Call 214-503-1324. That's 214-503-1324 or visit their website at adairsfloors.com. That's adairsfloors.com.
Howdy, Mom folks. KFC's Colonel Sanders here. I know you don't want to do mom stuff on Mother's Day, so have Dad pick up a delicious KFC $20 fill-up. The family gets 8 pieces of delicious, freshly prepared chicken, 2 large mashed potatoes and gravy, 1 large coleslaw, and 4 biscuits. It's your day, so tell your family they can figure it out themselves for once in their lives. And then I'll figure it out for them, so they've kind of learned nothing. Oh well, at least you won't have to cook. KFC, it's finger-licking good. For a limited time at participating KFCs, prices may vary. Tax extra.
Hey, Mom, I got your message. Do you need me to come home early?
Hi, dear. We're all doing fine. The kids haven't slowed down all day, and
Thanks to Blue Emu, neither have I.
But I thought you said...
Well, I tried your father's Blue Emu Maximum Arthritis Relief Cream. It worked fast to relieve the pain in my achy muscles and joints.
Blue Emu, huh?
That's right. And it's odor-free.
Blue Emu Maximum Arthritis Relief. Beat the pain and enjoy life. Available at Walmart and Walgreens.
660 AM, The Answer. 660 AM, TheAnswer.com. The truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. The Wells Report with John David Wells on 660 AM, The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Report. My name is John David Wells. An illegal immigrant who had been deported from the United States 15 times. Constantino Banda Acosta, 38 years old. He was a Mexican citizen, kicked out of the United States 15 times in the last 15 years. His most recent deportation coming January 18th. He got drunk in San Ysidro. He ran a stop sign. He ran over Mom and Pop America. And seriously injured a 6-year-old boy, Lennox Lake. He was coming home from Disneyland with his family on Saturday. The group was about a block from their home when Constantino Banda Acosta, deported 15 times, hit the family because he was drunk in his car, and then ran. When he was found inside the wrecked vehicle, he was unconscious, bleeding from several head wounds and not breathing. A major head injury, and as of Tuesday, had already undergone 2 surgeries. 15 deportations. Another drunk driving accident. And now, another American boy fights for his life, hanging in the balance because of politics before reality. This is the Wells Report.
Hey, it's Mark Davis and my friends at Walker Air Conditioning and Heating, and welcome to spring in Texas, where we run our AC every day, which means this news is great from Trane and Walker AC. If you purchase a new Trane qualifying system, you can get a trade allowance of $1,000 or choose 0% financing for 60 months with the Wells Fargo Home Projects credit card. See Walker AC and Heating for details. 888-653-0051 for finance details about credit costs and terms. Regular APR $28.99 for newly open accounts. APR may vary, subject to credit approval. Offer expires 5/31/2017. So spring is here, and that means it's already hot. Could be the best time to have Walker AC and Heating inspect your system to keep it running at peak performance. If your system just needs repair, that's what they'll do. If it's time for a new system from Trane, that's what they'll do. Give them a call. I trust them. I love them. It's my AC company. 972-4WALKER. 972-4WALKER or WalkerAC.com. Walker Air Conditioning and Heating and Trane, because it's hard to stop a train.
Warning. If you've recently declared bankruptcy, you're going to want to cover your ears, because there's an alternative to bankruptcy, and it could be better than you'd ever think possible. But if you've already declared bankruptcy and have missed this opportunity, you'll want to cover your ears now. Here it is. Right now, the company that has resolved more credit card debt than anyone in the U.S. may be able to settle your debt too. You could resolve your debt with one low monthly program payment. If you call right now and qualify, Freedom Debt Relief will show you how low your monthly program payment could be for free. Call now, 1-800-600-2147. That's 1-800-600-2147. If you're struggling with debt, this could be your answer. And the bigger your debt, the more money you could save. To find out for free how much of your hard-earned money Freedom Debt Relief could help you save, call now, 1-800-600-2147. 1-800-600-2147. 1-800-600-2147.
Lately, a lot of people have been asking, with the stock market at all-time highs, should I take my gains, protect what I have and get out, or will the stock market continue to go up?
This is Ken Moraif, host of the Money Matters radio show, inviting you to our free seminar.
To 7 p.m. Thursday, May 18th, Holiday Inn Express Alliance area, or 1 p.m. Saturday, May 20th, in the Money Matters building in Plano. If you're retired or retiring soon, get answers to your questions and much more. Reserve at moneymatters.net. That's moneymatters.net, or call 800-994-0302.
This is 660 AM, The Answer. A service of Salem Media Group on the NASDAQ as SALM, KSKY, Balch Springs, Dallas, Fort Worth. 660 AM, The Answer.
Fox News Radio, I'm Rich Dennison. In the wake of FBI Director James Comey's firing by the Trump administration, Democrats and some Republicans are calling for a special counsel to investigate Russian election interference. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell dismissing the idea, saying it would impede current investigations.
Too much is at stake.
Comey had been overseeing the probe when he was fired, but White House officials say that had nothing to do with his termination. The Senate Intelligence Committee investigating Russian election meddling in last year's election has subpoenaed former National Security Advisor Michael Flynn.
The Senate Intelligence Committee asked Flynn in late April to cooperate and to provide records that were relevant to their investigation, but he declined on the advice of counsel. So this issuing of subpoenas represents a major escalation in the case.
Fox's Catherine Herridge. Fox News. We report, you decide.
660 AM, The Answer.
Tune in Sundays at noon for the Lifestyles Unlimited Real Estate Investor Radio Show. Join us each Sunday when we discuss the principles and practices of the successful real estate investor. We bring you experts to answer your questions on how to use real estate to build wealth and passive realized monthly income, and teach you the ins and outs of investing in real estate. So tune in Sundays at noon, right here for the Lifestyles Unlimited Real Estate Investor Radio Show.
Join us for the Real Investor Radio Show right here on 660 AM, The Answer.
Need a new CPAP? Then we need you. We're CPAP.com, and we recently overstocked the world's best CPAP machines. Top-of-the-line devices from brands like ResMed and Philips Respironics. Call now and get one of these overstocked CPAPs for a fraction of the price. We'll even give you free next-day air shipping. Call 1-800-900-6135. The best part? No insurance needed. We're giving out these CPAPs at prices so low, they'll cost less than your copay and deductible through insurance. CPAP.com has shipped over 1 million orders and has the world's largest selection of CPAPs and accessories. With no retail overhead or costly middlemen, we're the best way to get comfortable, effective sleep apnea equipment at incredibly low prices. Again, CPAP.com has overstocked premium CPAPs. Call now to get a ResMed or Philips Respironics machine for a fraction of the price with free next-day air shipping. Call 1-800-900-6135. Hurry. When these overstocked CPAPs are gone, they're really gone. That's 1-800-900-6135.
Hi, I'm Jeff Stewart with Reliant Air Conditioning. Now that it's spring, let's talk about the $49 tune-up gimmick. At that price, you're really paying $49 for a high-pressure sales pitch from a salesman on commission disguised as a technician. And you can bet he's either going to rack up a bunch of unnecessary repairs or scare you into buying a new system altogether, because $49 doesn't pay the bills. Reliant Air Conditioning's Precision Tune-Up is $89, and you get exactly what you pay for. Our NATE certified techs are all drug tested, background checked, and they don't work on commission. If you need a new system, ask how you can save over $5,000 by combining utility rebates with Carrier's Cool Cash. So call 2 other companies first and then call Reliant Air Conditioning, and you'll see how we've been gimmick-free since '83. Our number's 877-YOUR-HERO. That's 877-968-7437 or online at ReliantAirConditioning.com.
Reliant Air Conditioning. Call 877-YOUR-HERO.
Oh, thank goodness. Honey, it's Terminix. The ants are everywhere. I don't know where they're coming from.
It's a good thing you called when you did. A single colony can have tens of thousands of ants. You could have one colony or several. There's only one way to find out.
If pests like cockroaches, spiders, centipedes, scorpions, mice, rats, or ants have invaded your home,
HQ, I've got a confirmed ant colony in the upstairs bathroom.
Terminix will scour every hiding place and stop them in their tracks with a 100% satisfaction guarantee. For a free pest estimate, call 1-800-300-2501.
There's a second colony in the downstairs crawl space. Repeat, 2 ant colonies.
Terminix is America's leading termite and pest control provider with 90 years experience and expertise.
I knew it. Found an ant nest 100 feet out in the backyard. We got him.
For your free pest estimate, call Terminix, Defenders of Home, 1-800-300-2501. That's 1-800-300-2501.
30-day money-back guarantee at participating locations. Limitations apply. See plan for details.
Hey, it's Mark Davis from my friends at Simple Sleep Services. If snoring is a problem in your life, and if it's a problem in your life, it's a problem for everybody in your life. Let's get the simplest, least invasive solution. That's what they did for me at Simple Sleep Services. What you have with Simple Sleep is a way to avoid implants and surgery and the CPAP device by just calling 469-685-1700. 469-685-1700. They're in Dallas and Fort Worth. Insurance covers most folks. It's the Somnodent device. Simple appliance. They make it for you. They did one for me. You take it home, you pop it in, kiss your wife goodnight, and silent night. Absolutely fantastic. Diagnosis from a board-certified sleep physician. They have a home sleep study, so you're not in some lab. Call them for more information. 469-685-1700. 469-685-1700. SimpleSleepServices.com. Wonderful people. I'm so glad I met them, and you will be too. 469-685-1700 or SimpleSleepServices.com.
Consult your tax professional before investing. Let me ask you a question. Can you keep your 401k or IRA safe from the death of the dollar, continued rampant Fed spending, political corruption, and from the possible new Cold War with Russia? If you answered no, then listen up. We are Advantage Gold, the #1 rated gold IRA company in America by TrustLink. Fortunes are going to be made and lost over the next few months. It's time you took action. Over 50,000 people have requested our gold IRA investment guide to learn how to protect their retirement savings. Now it's your turn. Right now, we are giving away a free copy of our new gold IRA protection guide to anyone with an IRA, 401k, or retirement account. Find out how quick and easy it can be to convert your retirement fund to gold. Just call 1-800-900-8000 right now, and we will help teach you how to keep your retirement savings away from the government and safe in your pocket. Just call today at 800-900-8000. That's 800-900-8000. Representatives are standing by. Call 800-900-8000.
660 AM. The Answer. Is anybody out there paying attention to what's going on in this country, in this state, and in this city? We know one man who is. You got questions? He's got answers. This is the Wells Report with John David Wells on 660 AM. The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Report. My name is John David Wells. Our telephone number is 866-660-5759. 866-660-5759. There's a group of people out there that are doing some amazing things. Aside from, of course, our executive producer, Vicky Stifer, and our technical director and conductor of the Wells Report Orchestra, Magic Matt Swinney, I'm, of course, discussing the Kurds.
Cheese curds?
Not cheese curds. Cheese curds. No, I'm discussing the Kurds. Kurdish forces are engaged on a regular, deadly battle and series of engagements against ISIS. They're doing very well. They have been some of the most effective and reliable ground forces since the United States-led coalition launched its air war against Islamic State. They fight with captured weaponry. And the reason they fight with captured weaponry is because the United States doesn't give them better equipment. The reason we don't give them better equipment is because of a long-standing friendship with a NATO ally called Turkey. The Turks hate the Kurds. In fact, the Turks consider Kurds to be terrorists. They consider them to be terrorists. The problem with all of this is that the realities are catching up with President Erdogan of Turkey. He is a militant Muslim sympathizer. He wants to sit astride an ISIS-modeled Turkey as its sheik. What he's been doing is he's been setting up his power base. They had an election a while back, and crazily enough, most people in Turkey voted to give him substantial new powers, which can mean one of two things. One, Turkey completely lost it and decided to return to a bad place where it used to be. Or or we're just in a position where we're going to watch these people implode as time continues to pass. Now, that's a discussion for a different day, because today we have decisions to make regarding what to do in this tortured part of this blue marble that we call Earth. I understand the importance of NATO allies, especially Turkey. Turkey's role in NATO, not really anywhere close to what it used to be. What it used to be was a place where United States intelligence personnel could eavesdrop on just about everything going on in Russia. All those SR-71 overflights of that amazing country when it was an evil empire. All of those missions were run out of Turkey. So when you take one of their blood enemies and you say, you know what, we're going to give them better weaponry because they are the most effective troops in the latest conflict in that particular area, the Turks say, no, please don't do that. You shouldn't do that. In fact, it's a bad idea. But the problem with all that is that we have a war to fight and win. And the Turks need to get on board. The United States needs to and intends to provide the Kurds with medium-sized weaponry. The arms will include machine guns, mortars, rifles, ammunition. Arming the Kurds is seen by the Pentagon as a key to retaking the Syrian city of Raqqa, which ISIS considers its capital. The Syrian Democrat forces include Kurd and Arab fighters would be on the ground. The SDF, partnered with enabling support from U.S. and coalition forces, are the only force on the ground that can successfully seize Raqqa in the near future, said Dana White, the chief Pentagon spokesman, in a statement. She's completely correct. Arming the Kurds is seen by the Pentagon as a way of getting this done. Turkey sees it as a dramatic affront in a long-standing relationship between the United States and Turkey. The problem with all that is that Erdogan seems to be a big fan of the Muslim Brotherhood. And if he is, then he's the enemy. In order to make this happen, what you have to do is you have to change the paradigm. You have to alter the experiment. You have to create a difference. You cannot be paralyzed by alliances that are very quickly, and in the case of Turkey, metamorphosizing into something that is completely different. When Turkey was, say, a bit younger country, what you could always depend on was you'd always depend on good partnership with American ideas. But I'm not exactly sure that that's what Erdogan believes should happen. And so as we contemplate where we go and what we do, again, in this tortured part of the planet Earth, we are required to confront just what it is that forces us to be the world's policeman. It's truly because we're the only people that can. We have ways to project power. We are willing to fight for the freedom and safety of others. U.S. officials have assured officials from Turkey that they will work to prevent additional security risks to their country. The Peshmerga, the YPG fighters, they have likely received a limited amount of arms and ammunition through the SDF. This change in policy will arm them with enough weaponry to fight entrenched ISIS forces in Raqqa. Now, there are a lot of people that will stand up in a political forum and say that we got to bring our troops home, we got to do this, and we got to do that. A lot of people will say, why are we the world's policemen? Why do we have to do this? Because if we stand down, chaos reigns. And we simply must decide whether that chaos is more dangerous than imposing Pax Americana. I've always thought that what we should do is we should explain to these people why we are there. We are here because you are savagely killing yourselves, and we're not going to leave until you stop. What you do is you link Americans leaving the country with peace as part of the mission that brought us there. As soon as you guys stop killing each other in the streets, as soon as you allow women to drive, as soon as you are in a position where you can stop imposing horrific punishment on people for no reason, we're going to stay right where we are. The quicker you grow up, the quicker we go home. This is the Wells Report.
You need a plan as you get closer to retirement, a plan that will take you from where you are now to the retirement you've always dreamed about. The first step on that path is to tune into Wealth Smart, Saturdays at 9 a.m. Your host is Reed Johnson, president of Lake Point Advisory Group. You only retire once, but Reed helps people retire every day. Don't miss Wealth Smart every Saturday at 9 a.m. or visit us at lakepointadvisorygroup.com for information on our free area steak dinner seminars and start working on your dream retirement now.
You have new wood floors and they look gorgeous. That's the good news. The not so good news, they'll eventually have to be cleaned. More good news, there are plenty of wood floor care products to choose from. Bad news, most products will leave a micro layer of residue each time you clean. The really bad news, eventually your wood floor will get dull and hazy almost regardless of which product you clean it with. Now the great news. Dowworth Clean can remove that unsightly buildup from your wood floor, revealing the original finish once again. At Dowworth, we're more than just carpet cleaners. We clean, restore, polish, and protect every type of flooring in your home, including wood, stone, tile, and even concrete. Call 267-8433 today and ask about a complete flooring makeover for your home. Find out why for over 39 years we've been saying,
Because the next best thing to new is Dowworth Clean.
Hi, folks. I'm Frank Manzeri, owner of Statewide Remodeling. You know, a great woman once said that we're free up to the moment of choice, and then the choice controls the chooser. That is nowhere more true than when you're deciding on a contractor that work on your home. You know, once you commit and sign the agreement, and in most cases make a pretty good sized down payment, you're stuck. What happens if the work doesn't go as planned? Takes too long to complete the job, or worse yet, the contractor just disappears. It happens. We've been offering a satisfaction guarantee in writing since we started business 23 years ago. And I'm happy to say we've never had to use it, because if it ain't right, we'll make it right every time. So if you're considering new replacement windows or maintenance-free siding to eliminate the need to paint your home, call us now. And to celebrate our 23rd year in business, we're offering 23% off the whole project. We also offer 100% financing. The estimate's free, and the number to call is 888-270-7095. That's 888-270-7095, or see all the home improvement products we offer at statewideremodeling.com.
Here's Jerry, Utah Hall of Fame tennis player, talking about balance of nature.
When you get to be a senior, my age, almost 77, you lose a step here, you lose a little reflex, you lose a little timing. But the thing I've noticed since I've been on balance of nature, I'm just as perky as ever. I don't get tired, and it's a wonderful feeling. I can play 4 and 5 hours of tennis a day, and up to that time, I couldn't do that. It's wonderful to know that every day you can get the fruits and vegetables that you need to be taking. To me, it's just marvelous.
Take Dr. Howard's Health Challenge and find out how to get the best offer they've ever given. 2 free sets of fruits and veggies. We'll even ship them to you free. Call now for details. Call 1-800-2468-751. That's 1-800-2468-751. Or go online to balanceofnature.com. Use promo code 660AM.
Have you ever thought you'd like to flip houses but didn't know how or where to get the money? Are you ready to be your own boss so you can start living the good life? Hi, I'm Preston Ely. I used to be so broke. I had my electricity turned off 9 times, but I figured out a way to quit my job and find financial freedom in real estate. For a limited time, I want to send you a free copy of my smash hit selling book, How to Get Rich in Real Estate. It shows you how to copy exactly what I did so you can make money from the comfort of your own home without even doing any manual labor. I've already given away 5,000 books and they're going fast. To get one before they're gone, call 1-800-400-5220. Listen, if you're sick and tired of stressing about money, this book could change your life. It's short, fun to read, easy to understand, and awesome. To find out how to get your free book while supplies last, call 1-800-400-5220. Call 1-800-400-5220. 1-800-400-5220. 5220.
It's time to honor our veterans with the Patriot Mobile Veteran of the Month. 660 AM The Answer joins with Patriot Mobile to spotlight a veteran each month. If you know a veteran who deserves such an honor, then go to 660amtheanswer.com and nominate them to be Patriot Mobile Veteran of the Month. Winners will receive a Crossroads Diner gift certificate and an award from Patriot Mobile. Plus, they'll have an opportunity to come to the studios to meet Mark Davis and John David Wells. Go to 660amtheanswer.com to nominate your veteran. That's the Patriot Mobile Veteran of the Month.
If you've got questions, we've got answers. 660 AM. The Answer. You're hearing tomorrow's front page on the Wells Report with John David Wells on 660 AM. The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Report, and so U.S. officials are hearing from their allies because the enemy of my enemy is my friend, except when my enemy is my friend's enemy, in which case I have an enemy that's my friend but is yet a friend of my enemy. Therefore, the enemies of my friend cannot possibly be enemies of my enemies. So friends of my... And all of this, yeah, it's the Middle Eastern stuff that we've been chasing around for a few decades now. You know? Here's what we do. We land the troops. We go, no, no, no. If they do it again, we blow them into little pieces of burning meat. If somebody else comes up and does what those people did, we go, no, no, no. And we show them pictures of what used to be people that are now little pieces of burning meat. And if they do it anyway, boom. And we keep doing that until either everybody is reduced to small pieces of burning meat, or people say, gosh, you know what? They're serious. That's called Pax Americana. You just go and you just decide that what you're going to do is you're going to impose peace. Now, the problem with that is it's known by another name. You know what it is? Nation building. It is expensive. But what is the cost of inaction? What is the cost of inaction? And that's something that you have to keep in mind. As we see President Erdogan in Turkey becoming more and more aligned with ISIS instead of NATO, I would say that the United States needs to become more aligned with the Kurds who are fighting ISIS. Because they're the troops that are actually making it happen. The Peshmerga has had a very good 5 years. And they've been doing it with hand-me-down equipment. Now, make no mistake, Turkey has a right to be upset with us. The first Gulf War was a situation where, I don't know, we cost Turkey like $16 billion because there was a whole bunch of refugees that went into Turkey that we said that we'd support, and we never did. One of the rare mistakes made by Bush 41. Don't get me wrong, just because the people of Turkey have seen fit to elect a basic wannabe terrorist, it doesn't mean that the United States ought to just decide, well, you know what? Here's what we're going to do. We're going to abandon you. But what has to be made right is that the leadership of Turkey has to realize that unless they're ready to replace the military effort of the Peshmerga and the Kurds, all of those great Kurdish units that are winning, unless they're willing to replace them with their military, the United States is going to start backing the right horse. And that's just the way it is. This is the Wells Report.
Hey, it's Mark Davis and my friends at Walker Air Conditioning and Heating, and welcome to spring in Texas, where we run our AC every day, which means this news is great from Trane and Walker AC. If you purchase a new Trane qualifying system, you can get a trade allowance of $1,000 or choose 0% financing for 60 months with the Wells Fargo Home Project credit card. See Walker AC and Heating for details. 888-653-0051 for finance details about credit costs and terms. Regular APR $28.99 for newly opened accounts. APR may vary, subject to credit approval. Offer expires 5/31/2017. So spring is here, and that means it's already hot. Could be the best time to have Walker AC and Heating inspect your system to keep it running at peak performance. If your system just needs repair, that's what they'll do. If it's time for a new system from Trane, that's what they'll do. Give them a call. I trust them. I love them. It's my AC company. 972-4-WALKER, 972-4-WALKER, or WalkerAC.com. Walker Air Conditioning and Heating and Trane, because it's hard to stop a train.
Have you still not refinanced your mortgage? Well, soon you may be kicking yourself in the head. Hi, I'm Wesley Hogan with Westland Financial, and interest rates have gone up recently and will continue to rise, but they're still at historical lows. So don't delay. Let us lower your monthly payment, consolidate a first and second, pay off other debt, or drop you into a 15-year loan with no closing costs. That's right. Nothing's rolled into your loan. We'll pay for your appraisal, title, underwriting, settlement fee, everything. Do not miss out on this historic opportunity. Whether it's a purchase or refinance, you'll pay no closing costs. You won't spend a dime. Think about it. All it takes is a 5-minute phone call to find out how we can save you hundreds or even thousands of dollars a year. And by the way, Westland Financial now is proud to offer reverse mortgages for our clients over 62. So call us at 888-455-3669. The only way you can lose money is not to call Westland Financial. That's 888-455-3669. 888-455-3669.
Westland Financial Corp is located at 200 East Sandpoint Avenue, Suite 800, Santa Ana, California, 92707. Licensed by the Texas Department of Savings and Mortgage Lending as an SML mortgage banker. NMLS number 3304. Not all loans apply. Equal housing lender.
I used to play a lot of sports in college, but when I got older, my legs started to burn and ache, making it hard to work out. Then I noticed those varicose and spider veins. I couldn't believe it. I thought this only happened to my mom and her friends.
The professionals at Vein Clinics of America have performed over 1 million personalized procedures for their patients, making them the largest, most experienced vein treatment center in the U.S. Using state-of-the-art laser and minimally invasive treatments, they can begin restoring your legs back to health in as little as 1 hour with no downtime, and most treatments are covered by insurance.
I called Vein Clinics of America, and they fixed my legs. No more ugly veins. Now I can run and do squats again.
Guys, get back in the game. Call now and schedule a free fast-track consultation with one of our doctors and learn how you can finally get rid of those embarrassing varicose and spider veins. Space is limited, so call now. 800-300-3388. That's 800-300-3388. 800-300-3388.
Policies issued by American General Life Insurance Company, Houston, Texas. Not available in all states. For details, visit AIGdirect.com.
Do you have a family? Would you like to help make sure they'll be taken care of if anything were to happen to you? If you answered yes, you probably need life insurance. Now, do you think life insurance is expensive? If you answered yes to that too, you definitely need to give AIG Direct a call. We could find you a $250,000 policy for just $14 a month, which means you could save hundreds of dollars a year. Call us now for a free, no-obligation quote. 1-800-400-6213. Since 1995, we've helped millions of people find out if they could save up to 70% on their term life insurance. See how affordably we can help you protect your family. Call AIG Direct now for your free quote. 1-800-400-6213. You could save up to 70%. That's 1-800-400-6213. 1-800-400-6213.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Spring is here and your local Ace has everything you need for your lawn and garden. Now through Monday only, save up to 25% on key items across the store, like Miracle Grow Moisture Control Potting Mix and Garden Soils, Scott's Naturescapes Mulch, Scott's Turf Builder Weed and Feed, and much more. Hurry in now to get up to 25% off these and so much more at your local Ace. Sale ends Monday. Offers valid at participating stores. Includes instant savings offers for Ace Rewards members. See store for details.
If you're retired or retiring soon and wonder if you have enough money to retire on, how you will make your money last, when you should take Social Security, if you have the best retirement plan for your needs, don't miss this free Money Matters Retirement Seminar. Choose 7 p.m. Thursday, May 18th, Holiday Inn Express Alliance area, or 1 p.m. Saturday, May 20th in the Money Matters building in Plano. Get answers to your questions and much more. Seating is limited. Reserve at moneymatters.net. That's moneymatters.net. or call 800-994-0302.
660 AM, The Answer.
660 AM, theanswer.com.
Isn't thinking so
Still Mark
much
Davis
more
cross
fun than
promotion.
getting yelled at? The Wells Report on 660 AM, The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Report. John Denton Wells at your service. Our telephone number is 866-660-5759. And, oh, by the way, the lovely and talented Mark Davis will show up tomorrow morning, say 7 o'clock. You should join him. Here's why.
Hey, JD, good Wednesday night. Boy, no shortage of material now. So Comey is out, and now we're all asking, what now? Well, one thing seems clear. The left is going to ping pong all over the place, holding up a man they once vilified. Why are they doing that? Because they desperately need a narrative that makes the Trump White House look crooked and corrupt. Lack of evidence will not dissuade them. So they're now joined by some posturing and grandstanding Republicans calling for a special prosecutor. We'll keep track of all of this. Have a great night, and we'll see you all in the morning. Thursday morning, Mark Davis Show, 7 to 10 a.m. right here on 660 a.m. The Answer.
One of the things that we have been seeing by the Trump administration is a willingness to engage our enemies. This is a very good thing. The reason we're engaging our enemies is because that's what you do. One of the great tenets of American foreign policy, or at least war policy, has always been to take the fight to the enemy, fight the wars on their ground. It is one of those things that well, it's how you keep your country from getting destroyed. If you don't believe me, just ask any Londoner, especially the older ones. Because there were children when the Blitz was happening and their country was under bombardment virtually all the time. U.S. commandos, Special Operations Forces, are set to conduct operations against North Korea's nuclear, missile, and other weapons of mass destruction sites in any future conflict. This is according to the Commander of Special Operations Command. Army General Raymond A. Thomas stated in testimony to a House subcommittee that Army, Navy, and Air Force commandos are based both permanently and in rotation on the Korean Peninsula in case conflict breaks out. Special ops training and preparations is a warfighting priority, Thomas said in prepared testimony. There are currently 8,000 special operations troops deployed in more than 80 countries. We are actively pursuing a training path to ensure readiness for the entire range of contingency operations, in which a Special Operations Forces unit, including our exquisite countering massive weapons of mass destruction capabilities, may play a critical role. We're looking comprehensively at our force structure and capabilities on the peninsula and across the region to maximize our support to the U.S. Pacific Command and U.S. Forces Korea. This is my warfighting priority for planning and support. General Raymond A. Thomas. Okay. Disclosure of the command's comments comes as tensions remain high on the peninsula. President Trump has vowed to deal harshly with North Korea should another underground nuclear test be carried out. So far, North Korea is listening. Test preparations have been identified in recent weeks. Trump said over the weekend that China appears to be pressuring North Korea, but that he would be upset if North Korea carried out another nuclear test. If he does a nuclear test, I will not be happy, he told Face the Nation. Asked if this unhappiness would translate into a U.S. military strike, Trump said, I don't know. I mean, we'll see. General Thomas's testimony did not include details of what missions the commandos would be carrying out, but I bet you a couple of rocket failures had something to do with them, just in case you're wondering. It's amazing what an M16 can do to a rocket. A spokesman for Special Operations Command referred questions about potential operations in Korea to the Pacific Command. Special Forces troops would be responsible for locating and destroying North Korean nuclear weapons and missile delivery systems, such as mobile missiles. They would also seek to prevent the movement of weapons out of the country during a conflict, something we learned the hard way. Additionally, Special Operations Commandos would be used for operations to kill North Korean leaders. You see, Supreme Leader Kim Jong-un may have made a serious mistake. While it's very, very likely that North Korea is valuable enough to the world to not allow it to descend much further into the torture of its people, Kim Jong-un is not anywhere close to being essential to the Earth's rotation. Therefore, I'm not real sure that it would be any real problem if he just happened to have a series of unfortunate slips in his bathtub that caused him to shoot himself in the head 4 times. It could happen. Special ops missions are said by military experts to include intelligence gathering on the location of nuclear and chemical weapons. They're also likely to include direct action assaults on facilities to sabotage weapons or to prevent the weapons from being stolen or set off at sites by North Koreans. A defense official and U.S. commandos in the past have trained for covert operations against several types of nuclear facilities, including reactors and research centers. Scale models of some North Korean weapons facilities have been built in the U.S. for practice operations by commandos. The most secret direct action operations would be carried out by special units such as SEAL Team 6 or Delta Force. Thomas said that the command in January took over the role of coordinating Pentagon efforts to counter weapons of mass destruction from the Strategic Command. The mission includes stopping the spread of weapons of mass destruction and dealing with the aftermath of such weapons use. Oof. That's not good news. North Korea is believed to have around 20 nuclear devices trying to develop nuclear warheads small enough to be carried on long-range missiles. It also has stockpiles of chemical weapons and biological warfare agents. Many of North Korea's nuclear facilities are believed to have been located underground in fortified locations spread around the country. That's okay. We have Moabs. That's okay. In the meantime, Congress is expected to level fresh economic sanctions on North Korea as the threat of the hermit nation's capability to strike the U.S. with a nuclear missile continues to escalate. This is according to conversations with the members of the congressional leadership who told the Washington Free Beacon that Kim Jong-un could have a nuclear weapon capable of striking the U.S. in only a few years. Well, the new sanctions come as congressional leaders debate on how to handle North Korea's growing nuclear threat, which went largely unaddressed by the Obama administration. North Korea is expected to perfect a nuclear missile capable of striking the U.S. homeland in about 4 years. The North Korean threat is escalating in about 4 years. Experts estimate North Korea will have the capability to reliably hit the continental U.S. with a nuclear weapon. America must use every tool at our disposal to keep the nation safe and preserve peace. This week, they will vote to increase sanctions on North Korea, targeting shipping industries, as well as those who employ North Koreans' slave labor abroad. The last administration's long-practiced policy of strategic patience made us less safe. Boy, was that true. Man. We must increase the pressure on the Kim regime. You really do. But it's hard because they don't have anything to begin with. It's funny. I remember people saying that we should have bombed Afghanistan back to the Stone Age. Too late. Last year, North Korea conducted 2 nuclear weapons tests and at least 26 ballistic missile flight tests. The new sanctions, codified under the Korean Interdiction and Modernization of Sanctions Act, has already garnered approval from the the House Foreign Affairs Committee, is expected to easily pass when it comes before the full House for a vote. The bill will then be taken up for action by the Senate, which has an appetite for such a bill. Lawmakers are moving forward with 2 other resolutions aimed at highlighting North Korea's escalating nuclear progress. One resolution formally condemns Pyongyang's development of several intercontinental ballistic missiles, which violated multiple international laws on such behavior. A second resolution required the State Department to determine whether North Korea is a state sponsor of terrorism. Such a designation has not been made yet, despite the country's threatening behavior and multiple nuclear missile launches. It's not a matter of if, it is a matter of when Kim Jong-un will be brazen enough to attack one of our allies, even the United States. We must be honest and forthright abroad, making clear that North Korea's ballistic missile testing is unacceptable and that the Kim regime is worthy of sanctions as it is undoubtedly a state sponsor of terrorism. One senior congressional source who spoke with the Washington Free Beacon about the issue said the Obama administration's policy of trying to wait out the threat has proven ineffective. That doesn't surprise me, actually. When you start thinking about it, it makes a lot of sense. The reason that they can afford to wait is because they have nuclear weapons. Nuclear weapons are a great strategic equalizer. You can be a country of 300 million, but if you have a country of 1.5 million and the wherewithal to be able to build nuclear weapons, you're kind of on par. I just keep looking at this and I keep seeing this partnership between Iran and Korea. That's all I keep seeing. I just keep seeing Iran and Korea, Korea and Iran. One working on long-range missiles, the other working on miniaturized warheads. Well, what we'll do is we'll see this. We will see these people start backing off immediately because China's probably involved with this Korean thing, and that will probably be the basis for some sort of peace arrangement. As far as Afghanistan and Iraq, that gets us back to what I suppose somebody doesn't want to do, which is Pax Americana. We just simply impose peace on the rest of the world. Could you support that? Could you support just saying, you know what? This is what we're going to do. And there's one other question. It's next. You're listening to the Wells Report.
This is Howard Garrett, the Dirt Doctor, and I'd like to invite you to join me for our talk show every Sunday morning. We're actually trying to convert the world to organics. We talk about the natural organic program for farming, ranching, gardening, and pest control. Also, a lot of talk about health issues for animals and people. Hope you can join us for all the fun.
Make sure to tune in to Howard Garrett, the Dirt Doctor, every Sunday morning from 8 to 11 a.m. right here on 660 a.m. The Answer.
Do you know what a RIA is? It's a Real Estate Investor Association, and it's where smart people go to obtain wholesale houses, obtain no money, no credit financing, meet local buyers, sellers, and investing partners, and receive local market intelligence and training. Don't buy houses retail. That's ridiculous. And please don't waste your time and money going to a get-rich-quick seminar from a traveling pitchman. Come network with local Dallas area real estate investors that are just getting started or taking it to the next level. Come join the largest real estate investor network in Texas. We meet on Thursday, May 11th at 6 p.m. at the Dallas Addison Marriott Quorum by the Galleria. And you can register to attend for free by calling 800-717-3320. This month's topic is how to get all the money you need for your real estate deals. Call 800-717-3320. Write it down. That's 800-717-3320 to attend any of our upcoming meetings and receive a valuable Texas real estate training program for free. Brought to you by the Dallas Real Estate Investment Association. Have you checked your Google search results lately? Search results are usually the first impression that people form of you or your business. So make sure that they create a positive impression with ReputationDefender.com. What the internet says about you can have a big impact on your life and your livelihood, even if it's not true. Fortunately, you can now control how you look online and in online search results with ReputationDefender.com. Call 800-827-5948 now. That's 800-827-5948 for your free reputation analysis. If you have negative material from an ex-employee, upset patient, or former client, newspaper article, legal issue, social media, or other source showing up in your search results, you can combat it with ReputationDefender.com. Our dedicated experts in patented technology can help make your online search results look their best. Call 800-827-5948 to learn more. 800-827-5948. That's 800-827-5948. Or visit ReputationDefender.com.
Hi, folks. I'm Frank Manzeri, owner of Statewide Remodeling. I keep talking about high-tech bath remodeling, and the phone keeps ringing with homeowners wanting more information. 90% of all bath remodelers use sand grout. It's sand, cement, and water. We know it's the first thing that fails in the wet area of your bathroom. It cracks with the least bit of movement. It grows mold and mildew. When you try to clean it, you're just wearing it down. Statewide uses a proprietary product that has 4 main ingredients: Microban, which eliminates mold and mildew; latex for flexibility; Kevlar for strength; and a built-in sealant. We guarantee our grout for as long as you own your home. So when you think you're getting a great deal from the 2 guys in the truck you hired to do your remodel, I suggest you start saving up for when you'll have to do it again. Or you can call Statewide Remodeling and get it done right the first time. We offer 100% financing, and if you call for your free design consultation now, celebrate our 23rd year in business, we're giving 23% off the price of the project. The number to call is 888-270-7095. That's 888-270-7095, or anytime online at statewideremodeling.com.
This is Michael David from Seattle. I'm 51 years old, and 6 months ago, I started taking Andro 400 to increase my testosterone. Since then, I've lost 35 pounds of fat, and my waist went from size 38 to size 32. I have more energy, and I look and feel 20 years younger. And now my wife tells me I have to take Andro 400.
Hi, this is Ron Johnson from Utah. After 10 weeks of taking Andro 400, I lost 13 pounds, and my waist went from 36 to 33. That was 8 years ago. I continue to take Andro 400, and I've maintained my weight at 172. Gained muscle and energy. I'm 63 now and feel better than I have in 30 years.
Andro 400, the natural way to increase testosterone, lose belly fat, gain energy, and feel great. Try Andro 400, the safe, effective, affordable way to boost your testosterone. Go to andro400.com or call 888-400-0435. 888-400-0435.
There are two things every parent wants when their child goes to college: for their child to do well and a way to afford it. Now, with Discover Student Loans, parents can have the best of both worlds. Not only do our loans cover up to 100% of school-certified costs with zero fees, but we'll give them a cash reward for each new student loan if they earn at least a 3.0 GPA or equivalent. That means every A in history or B in math could help them earn a cash reward for good grades. Just one of the many ways we treat you like you treat you. Apply now in 15 minutes or less at discoverstudentloans.com. Limitations apply.
You can listen on the go. Find us on iHeartRadio. 660 AM. The Answer.
Only for Texas.
This is the Wells Report with John David Wells on 660 AM. The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Report. My name is John David Wells. Speaking of Iran, oh, wait. You know, I was going to say there's one other question. I somehow vaguely remember Donald Trump saying that we were going to try to withdraw from all of these things that we'd found ourselves in. I don't see us being able to do it. I mean, it would be nice to be able to do it, and I'm wondering whether or not the people that voted for Donald Trump are upset that he isn't doing it. 82nd Airborne, 1,500 troops. Navy forces everywhere. There are lots of American citizens in harm's way. And I'm wondering whether or not that's at odds with how Donald Trump was able to get elected to the presidency. Some we'll talk about tomorrow or the next coming days, because something tells me this isn't going anywhere for at least a while. And unfortunately, that's truly sad. The executive producer of the Wells Report is Vicki Stifer. Technical director, conductor of the Wells Report Orchestra is Magic Matt Swinney. My name is John David Wells. Stick around. We got more for you next time on the Wells Report here on 660 AM The Answer.
Just look at them, having a great time. To think 6 weeks ago, I was just installed. All it took was one last spilled drink on their old dingy carpet, and they had enough of him. Thank goodness. They got the professionals at Adair's Fine Floors in here, and just look at me. I'm gorgeous. I'm not just your average wood floor. I take crazy traffic like a pro, and it's all because my homeowners called Adair's Fine Floors. Susan and Richard Adair came in, talked to the family, figured out what their needs were, and helped them find the perfect floor to fit their lifestyle. Adair's Fine Floors has a large selection with free sample checkouts, and they chose me. That's not all. Just look around. The coordinating accessories suggested by Adair's Floors. That rug over there? Yep, Adair's Floors. They offer free design and decorating assistance too, giving the home just the right look. Visit adairsfloors.com to get your home started on the right look for you. That's adairsfloors.com.
Have you been holding out for a good deal?